Klein Vrydag, as you know. And that means we get some power in the studio this morning,
Absolutely,
right?
Raul. I'm in for such a good time along with you, Feel Good fam, because from powerful vocals to mind-bending visuals and sweet viral treats, I'm looking forward to that. We've got a Feel Good mix for you this morning, so brace yourselves.
Now listen, we have firstly our beloved songstress, Karin Kortje, in the building. She returns to share her deeply personal journey through a new memoir, Die Hele Story. And she's letting us in on the rituals that keep a golden voice in top shape. I'm sounding a little bit groggy, so I need this insight right now. Give me that.
Not bad.
See, it's too early.
Not bad.
Need to get it better.
Not
Need to get it better.
I'm here for those vocals. Then our G-Man heads into the wild world of perception at the Museum of Illusions in the Mother City, where nothing is quite as it seems. And I went there, and I'm telling you, mind-blowing stuff.
Were you questioning reality as you were walking around?
I walked out going, oh my gosh, what year is it? Where are we? Which city am I in? Insane.
Oh, don't worry, we're going to bring you back here to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because finally we're putting another TikTok treat to the test, and we're talking about a red velvet chocolate-coated cookie. And the only question is, will it be a hot mess or a sweet success? Well, you definitely want to stick around and find out, because, we've got 3 hours of absolute magic lined up for you, Mzansi. And as always, we want to chat to you first up and find out, firstly, how you're doing this morning, and then...
Okay, so listen, forget Throwback Thursday. We've heard from her. We're done with her. We're over her. Let's have Comeback Thursday. What do you think of that, Ryle? It's such a good one. What's one thing from your childhood you think deserves a comeback? Now, it could be a food, an activity, or even local hangout. Well, we want to hear about it across our socials, as well as on our WhatsApp line, 0630369649. A comeback, Ryle. What are we bringing back to life?
Yeah, there's so much nostalgia running through my mind as you ask that question. I think about all the crazy foods I used to get at the tuck shop with the loose change and the 2-cent pieces. Revealing my age here, but I think one thing that I'd love to bring back is movement in a fun way. There was a game I used to play called Drie Stokkies. I absolutely loved it as a kid. I think it unlocked my athletic ability, and I think it's a game that all of us should play just to have fun and just to have a moment out of it. It's something that I think nostalgia is going to be rife when we answer this question. So you come through, Mzansi, answer this question and let us know. The number is 0630369649. Don't forget to use the hashtag Expresso Show. And don't forget, it's not a Throwback Thursday, it's a Comeback Thursday. So what are we bringing back to the spotlight? We want to know from you. For now, though, official duties must commence, and standing by, the beautiful Carissa is ready to deliver with the news. Enjoy.
Thank you so much, Nature Boy. 3 minutes after 6, let's get into those national news headlines, where Parliament's Standing Committee on Finance has adopted the 2025 fiscal framework and revenue proposals after a joint process with the Select Committee on Finance following a previous court challenge that set the budget aside. Our chairperson, Joe Maswanganyi, confirmed all procedures were carefully followed to avoid another legal dispute. Meanwhile, the Business Confidence Index has dropped by 5 points to 40, reflecting growing concern among firms about the current economic climate, policy uncertainty, and the broader impact on investment as well as growth. In other news in the country, the Human Sciences Research Council, working with the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, has launched 2 nationwide business innovation surveys starting today. Targeting all 9 provinces, the surveys aim to collect key data on innovation trends across the industry, services and agriculture sectors. Now, this information will help shape evidence-based policy making while giving businesses the chance to benchmark their innovation efforts within their sectors. Companies will be contacted directly and encouraged to contribute to this critical national data gathering effort. Now let's take a look further afield at your international news-making headlines, where Israel yesterday launched airstrikes on Syrian government weapons sites in southern Syria after 2 projectiles fired from Syria landed in the Golan Heights. Syria condemned the strikes as sovereignty violations, causing extensive damage. Now, a group calling itself the Mohammed Daif Martyrs Brigade claimed responsibility for the attack. No casualties have been confirmed as yet. Meanwhile, Gaza's humanitarian crisis has deepened, with the Red Cross describing conditions as worse than, quote, hell on earth, urging international action to end suffering and release hostages. Meanwhile, more than 4 million people have fled Sudan since civil war erupted in 2023, triggering one of the world's most severe displacement crises. Neighboring countries are straining to cope, with Chad receiving over 800,000 refugees. However, humanitarian efforts remain critically underfunded, with only 14% of required aid delivered. Many of the displaced report harrowing experiences of violence. As fighting persists, the exodus shows no sign of slowing, raising fears of broader regional instability. Aid agencies warn that without urgent international support, the humanitarian emergency will deepen. And closing off your first bit of news, we're in fear with the research team from Shanghai Jiao Tong University, who has unveiled a six-legged robot designed to assist visually impaired individuals, offering a promising solution to China's severe shortage of guide dogs. With over 17 million people in need and limited access to trained guide dogs, this high-tech companion aims to serve as a reliable and accessible alternative. Built for stability and mobility, the robot uses intelligent sensors and advanced navigation to safely guide users through complex environments. Now, developers hope the innovation will provide newfound freedom and independence to millions who currently face daily mobility challenges without sufficient support. Well, I guess forget what you heard. I guess a robot is a man's best friend. So when we leave your 6 o'clock news, let's delve into those first bit of sporting headlines with Raul.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And someone that definitely didn't need any of the six legs of that robot was Cristiano Ronaldo, who ended his Germany hoodoo with a decisive 68th minute winner in Portugal's 2-1 victory in Munich. Now, this was sending them into the Nations League final. Now, the 40-year-old netted his record, extending 137th international goal, securing Portugal's first ever win over Germany. Now, the 2019 champions will face Spain or France in Sunday's final at the same venue. Well, speaking of football news, and Chelsea have signed England under-21 striker Liam Delap from Ipswich for £30 million. And that's beating Manchester United and Everton to his signature. Now, the 22-year-old netted 12 Premier League goals last season despite Ipswich relegation. And Delap strengthens Chelsea's attack ahead of the Club World Cup, with the Blues returning to Champions League action next season. Well, from football, we moved to tennis, and Novak Djokovic moved closer to a historic 25th Grand Slam title, defeating Alexander Zverev 4-6, 6-3, 6-2 and 6-4 to reach the French Open semi-finals. Now, the 38-year-old claimed his 101st Roland Garros win after a gritty 3-hour battle. And Djokovic now faces top seed Jannik Sinner, who eased past Alexander Bublik earlier on Wednesday. Well, tennis is definitely taking front stage, and listen to this. World number 361, Louis Boyson, continued her sensational French Open run, defeating 6th seed Mira Andreeva 7-6, 8-6 in that first set and 6-3, and that was to reach the semi-finals. Now, the wild card, who has toppled 3 seeds, now faces world number 2 Coco Gauff. Now, Gauff battled past Madison Keys 6-7, and it ended up 6-8 on that first set, and then 6-4, 6-1, and that was to book her last 4 spot. Well, it's definitely getting exciting, and we'll sure to be bringing you all the action of this in a bit. But for now, though, let's see what we can look at when it comes to the world of weather.
Well, in your weather news, the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds alongside the KwaZulu-Natal coast, and that is between Port Edward and Kosi Bay. Now, the strong winds may disrupt small harbours and vessels and make navigation difficult. Looking ahead to the weekend, a cold, strong front linked to a cut-off low-pressure system is set to hit the Western Cape on Saturday before sweeping across the central interior, bringing colder, unsettled conditions with snowfall on high-lying areas of the Cape provinces, as well as western parts of KwaZulu-Natal and the Free State. Brace yourselves for quite a cold season ahead. But for now, though, to warm you up just a little bit, we've got Courtney from the Eastern Cape showing this beautiful, beautiful sunrise view. In fact, it looks like you took it from your car, just having a beautiful gander at what the sky is doing this morning, Courtney. A gorgeous way to start us off on this Thursday, as Raul said, this Klein Vrydag, letting us know that as the sky has a party, we might be able to have one too. Continue sharing your morning views with us. 7 and 8 o'clock is what we still need to get into. On 063 036 9649. We look forward to seeing what the country looks like through your eyes. For now, though, let's check out your temperatures. one of these because, yes, the chilly weather is officially here, Mzansi, but that's all right. Don't worry. As long as you stick around for the next couple of hours, I can almost guarantee you that you're going to be in for such a good time, especially if you're a runner. Now, the Comrades is coming up and World Sports Betting is getting involved in the best ways, and I can't wait to tell you more about that. Not only that, Raul is going to be put through his paces because we want him to stretch like a comrade would, and we're going to get into all that goodness in just a little bit. So make sure, put on the tights, okay? Put on some socks and maybe a hoodie and stretch along with us straight after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning, Mzansi. It is always such a beautiful morning when we get to be with you, which is every single morning, 6 to 9 a.m., Monday to Friday, right here on S3. And as your Johannesburg family, we can officially say good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. No matter where you are in this country, we're here to make your morning, okay? One thing I also know is that we got an action-packed show. However, right about now, we are celebrating. What exactly is it all about? Well, my friends, the Comrades Marathon is upon us, and they have gotten one of the best and biggest sponsors that they could have ever secured, a partnership like no other, and one that I'm so excited for everyone because I feel like it is just a marriage made in heaven, really. Everyone, World Sports Betting is the official sports betting partner for the Comrades Marathon 2025, and it is a huge celebration, which is why today, as we highlight the fact that they are going to be spotlighting some of the most elite athletes, making sure that it is just boosted in terms of energy and making it something that everyone's going to remember from 2025, we have got two guests that are here to tell us exactly why this is just the perfect partnership. So everyone, let's welcome them to your Feel Good Breakfast show. It is none other than Gabriel Naika, who is the Human Resources Manager, who's actually also going to be running the Comrades Marathon, along with Nick Moyo, who is the Sponsorship Manager. I need to ask him why he's not running. But everyone, let's give them a Feel Good welcome, please. Nick, why are you not running, Sana?
Yeah, I'm still getting inspired. So here's Gabriel
I
here.
love that. I love
Yeah.
it. Gabriel, you need to rub off on us, okay?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, let's jump right into it because this is so exciting. I mean, congratulations first and
Thank
foremost because it's big.
Thank you
But
very much.
Nick, why was this such an important partnership to make? Why did World Sports Betting feel like they wanted to jump on in terms of the Comrades Marathon particularly?
Yeah, no, thanks, Daniela. I think for us at World Sports Betting, it purely came down to our core values. So for us as a brand, we are passionate about supporting major events,
Yeah.
especially investing in local ones. And the Comrade Marathon really spoke to our brand in terms of the various synergies because it's not just a marathon or a race. You know, I think it's really a celebration of local excellence, the spirit of unity, as well as community as well. So we really truly believe in supporting platforms that speak back to our brand around resilience, community, as well as sporting heritage.
I love that. And you know that so many runners say that they don't do the running for the way that they feel. They do it for the community. Is that true, Gabriel, as someone who's going to be running?
Absolutely,
Oh,
Zanele.
I love that.
People love it. They
Yeah.
love the camaraderie around it as well.
Yes. And is that why you do it? Is that why you're running this weekend?
Oh, most certainly.
Oh my goodness, Gabriel, I'm so excited for you, but so scared at the same time. But before I get into you and your journey, let's talk about the journey that's going to be happening in terms of where our runners are going to be going. There's a WSB route activation that's going to be happening in Westville. Can you talk to us about that a little bit?
Yes, yeah, that's, I think it's about 14, 15 kilometers out. And
Nice.
we're going to have lots of our colleagues on the route. They're going to be cheering the people on, all the runners, and just inspiring us for that last leg of the race.
Yes.
The runners will come down that hill
Yeah.
around Westville, and you can see the city centre almost. But you still have to remember there's a steep hill called 45th Cutting, and 90% of us will be walking up that
And that
before we
is-
can do the final stretch.
That's why me and Nick will be just cheering there on the
Exactly,
side.
yeah.
It's that hill.
Absolutely. We got our team members there, we got our colleagues there, and they'll just be inspiring, cheering, and motivating the runners on.
We love that. And guys, I mean, one of the biggest reasons that you're doing this is because you want to highlight the elite athletes, the ones who really just take it to the top. How are you going to be doing that exactly as WSB?
Nick, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. I think for us as WSB, outside of the supports of the Comrades Marathon, which definitely is linked to the elite athletes, you know, we do have various integrations into our platform in
Yeah.
terms of the entertainment factor. Obviously, people can check out in terms of the various odds if they want to go and, you know, further double click into supporting and backing their own elite athletes as well.
Nice.
And obviously, Gable will be there as well in terms of the support and participation in terms of that structure.
Amazing. And what other initiatives do you have in terms of just really, you know, engaging with the broader running community? I mean, we were talking already earlier on about the plans that you guys have, but
That's
we'll
right.
keep those for later. Let's talk about just, you know, you guys and what you're going to be doing, particularly with this, the Comrades Marathon and beyond.
Yeah, beyond the Comrades Marathon, of course, I mean, it is an iconic event for us
Yeah.
to partner with. But beyond that, we want to create impacts really around the running community. So, you know, in the
Nice.
pipeline, we'll be involved in community running clubs,
Yes.
as well as various running events in the calendar, which help us bring athletes or runners together and
Beautiful.
help continue that connection in the communities.
Beautiful. And
Definitely.
Gabriel, just to wrap things up,
Yes, Zanele.
are you ready? Are you ready to go and run this weekend?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah. We
okay.
spent the last 6 months training,
Preparing.
working hard.
Yeah. And is it your first one? I would
No.
imagine not. There it is. Yeah. You guys, you never get enough of the Comrades Marathon.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
So much so that, Gabriel, you were like, work, come and jump on. Let's do this together.
Correct.
That's beautiful. Guys, again, congratulations. I think it's going to be an absolutely beautiful partnership from now into the future. And all of the best to you, Gabriel.
Thanks,
We're
Emily.
running behind you, but in spirit.
Appreciate it.
Beautiful. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It is the World Sports Betting family jumping on the Comrades Marathon. And my friend, like I said, a match made in heaven, I believe, because what better than World Sports Betting to jump onto one of the biggest sporting events that happens all year round in South Africa. Remember, you need to be part of just all of the fun that's going to be happening. You heard about how we can back our runners. And, you know, WSB, they always got our backs. And that's one of my favorite things. And you know exactly where you can always be a part of it as well. You can catch World Sports Betting on social media. It is at world_sports_betting. And that is where you can go and see all of the excitement that's going to be happening with World Sports Betting coming together with with the Comrades Marathon. Right about now, we got a marathon to do all the way until 9 a.m., okay? There's so many beautiful things that are coming your way, all in the name of making you feel good. But let's jump on over to Cape TZ, Sheezy. What's going to be happening, my Ryle?
Well, Zanele, my beautiful girlfriend, listen to this. My buddy, Gabriel, has absolutely inspired me to get involved in warming up for the Comrades Marathon, which is taking place this weekend. So I got to say thank you for the inspiration, thank you for the great conversation, and thank you for getting me primed for the challenge. And I'm allowing everybody to join in on this one. So this morning, we'll go through some essential stretching techniques to keep you loose, injury-free, and ready to tackle the road ahead. And we've got a very special guest, a biokineticist. We've got Clint Jacobs, and he's the bio at Biokinetics Jacobs Association. And they're joining us today to show us the essential techniques ahead of the race this weekend. And I think, Clint, for anybody that's getting into their running journey, anybody that's maybe doing a park run or the Comrades, this is probably something that they could be educated on and take with them, right?
That's exactly it, Raul. Thank you so much for this morning.
Yeah, and firstly, obviously, how are you doing?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Very good. Thank you. A little bit nervous, but good.
I want to debunk this myth of stretching because there's so much information about when's the right time to stretch, what type of stretching is good for what type of occasion. Serve me, man. Help me get through all this mess and figure out what's going on here.
Sure. So, Raul, the most important part of stretching is that people forget they have to work on their flexibility, they have to work on their mobility, as well as their functionality. Those are three components that's essential, and it's very easy and accessible for the community. If I can show you a few.
Yeah, so firstly on that list, you're speaking about flexibility.
Flexibility.
Right? How do we incorporate that?
So we've got about, did you know that we've got about 650 muscles in the body?
Cheapers, creepers.
300,
Okay.
more than 350 joints, and around those joints, muscles need to move.
Yeah.
So to move more comfortably, especially in preparation for the race, you need to make sure that you have a dynamic stretch.
Okay.
Okay, so
right.
something very simple. If you can do a buddy stretch
Yes.
over here. So stretching the glutes area, you will alternatingly just perform a nice glute stretch.
Okay.
And control up, and the other
alternate.
side for me, please. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's a nice dynamic stretch because
And
it's
we're working
important to work on a dynamic movement because you're going to prepare for dynamic running, right?
Of course, and this is quite nice because again, working like stabilizers at the same time.
Exactly.
Activating that like sort of proprioception, which is good for runners too.
So now you can swing over, and you're going to go into hip swing. So you're just going to swing your leg back and forward, and make sure that you do it in tandem with the buddy. So this is nice for a park run when you know, the weekend warriors want to just enjoy a nice run.
Yeah,
And you can switch
maybe if
around.
you don't know anybody, reach out and make a buddy so that you can get a stretch on.
Exactly.
Cool excuse to make a new friend. Hey, you want to help me with my stretches?
That's
Come dance with me.
Exactly.
I love this, bro.
So-
This is
so-
amazing for the hips.
Yeah, so that forms part of the flexibility dynamic movement.
Okay.
Then for mobility, what you'll do is if you've got a beautiful mat over here, all right, you'll just work on hip openers. So alternatingly, the movement like that. That works gently on the hips.
Oh yeah, I can feel
And
that.
this can be done if you've got the mat over here on your knees. Otherwise, if you're preparing for your race, while you do that, you can do the same movement like this in your batch for your race.
Okay, so
This
again,
is
this
a
is
smaller space.
warming the body up, priming
Yes.
you up for the race. So essentially at the end of the day, what are we preventing here? You don't want to be running cold, or what else?
So around our joints, that 350 joints, there's synovial fluid. So there's nice moisture that needs to be lubricated in order to work nice and smoothly and efficiently.
Sure,
So that's
okay.
what we're doing over here.
I can kind of feel the joint just coming alive. It's like the rust coming off of it.
Because this is our engine when we run, right?
Makes sense, all right.
So now we're going to work on the mobility of the ankle, knee, as well as foot and toe. So you're going to push forward over the toe and back. So now we're working on that mobility over here, as well as you feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor.
Yes. Oh,
because
that's
that
good.
needs to raise the knee, right? During your running motion.
And then, I mean, for many of the viewers listening right now, Clint, how many sort of reps or time do you spend on this before the actual race or event?
So it's very good that you asked me that question, Raul. You can just switch around. It's about 10 to 15 repetitions when you do a dynamic movement, all right? Or when you feel nice and warm. A lot of people love running before the time, so a nice, just a jog, especially before big races. About a 500-meter back and forward, and then they go into these dynamic stretches.
Ooh, these are feeling good, man. It's just like unlocking the power that's lying dormant within.
Exactly, the dormant within power. So
Okay,
now
so
we've
we've
worked
done
on the
mobility,
flexibility.
Done mobility.
All right, and now we're going to go to functionality because you're going to be doing a running motion on the road, right?
Yes.
So what we start with is nice hip openers while single leg balance again. all right? Because that is very important for the stability. You'll feel the stability in your right ankle.
Yes.
Yeah. And now we're going to make it a bit more functional and specific for running, where you're going to stretch down to your foot,
Yo.
hip opener, and perform a hop.
Jeez, bro. And a hop.
Yep, because
Yup.
your ankle is proprioception,
This is
right?
proper,
It
so
needs
you-
balance, so balance,
you
toe
balance.
touch.
And I can feel
And then
everything
the
on my
hop.
leg is firing up, a bend and a
There we
hop.
go.
Cheap, bro.
Really-
This foot is burning.
Exactly,
It's crazy.
exactly.
The arch, the stabilizers, the muscles there, they're
Yeah.
coming alive.
Yeah.
This is starting to make sense. Okay.
So yeah, sorry.
Essentially, after this, you geared up, you're warm, you're ready
And
to run.
you're
Anything
ready.
to take into account for maybe someone that's doing this for the first time or getting into the running journey?
So it's very important to take it nice and slow. Feel your body, understand what you need to mobilize. When you wake up that morning, you're going to maybe do a park run, for example.
Yes.
You can feel that hips are nice and tight. These are hip mobility exercises. If you feel your ankles are nice and tight, you know there's various mobility movements that can be done on the ankle, of which one I just showed you over there.
Absolutely.
Now you go do your race, right?
I'm ready for it, yeah.
After your race, what a lot of people forget is that they need to do their static stretches.
Afterwards as well.
Yes.
Okay. All
So
right.
part of the flexibility part, you need to do the dynamic one before, but the static stretches after. So if you don't mind, Rahul, do you mind just lying on your back for me,
Okay.
please?
Quick one. We've got time
Yep.
for one last one.
All right.
On
So,
my back.
sorry. So your hamstring stretch, you're just going to lift up your right foot. So now you can do it assisted. So you completed your race, your Comrades Marathon race, and you've got a nice hamstring mobility stretch. You can do it
that's toy.
assisted. Nice hamstring stretch. Get the lactic acid moved out of the joints and just relax, okay?
Oh,
Let
Clint,
the
this is
heart
good,
rate
man.
come
I
down.
could sleep here.
So you can do
Thank you so
can
much.
do that on both joints and then into the glutes. So that helps you to
Absolutely
relax.
incredible stuff, man. I think that just makes us so much more clear on how to get prepped and how to get ready for any race day, whether it's the park run or the Comrades Marathon. And I think having people like Clint Jacobs out here is so incredible. He's a plethora of knowledge. You want to find out more. You want to get your body into a state where you can take on all the challenges of the world. Well, reach out to this man over here. Jacobs and Associates Biokinetics are doing incredible things with the body and really unlocking all our power. So what are you waiting for? Reach out to this man, unlock all the magic within you, and good luck to all of you that are heading through to the Comrades this weekend, 98th edition. Booyah, you got this.
Oh my goodness, so much fun. And as you can tell, we're also live across our socials on Instagram in particular. I saw somebody comment that these two are the CEO of exercises. And yes, I think you can actually have them have that, don that title from here on going forward. Well, listen, still so much to come your way. We're only in the first hour of the Expresso Morning Show this morning. We've got to get into why bone health is important for menopause. And not only that, but we're going to serve you something delicious for breakfast. Now, you've heard about yogurt. Yes, we all love it, but have you heard about savory yogurt? I haven't either, but I'm going to try my hand at it and maybe have a taste if it looks fantastic. We'll get into that straight after this short ad break.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back, and let's bring about some healthy conversation. Now listen, we've all heard about hot flush and hormone chats around menopause, but there's one part of the conversation that isn't getting enough attention, and that's your bones. So today, let's crack open that topic with Phytoceutics CEO and integrative nutrition coach Laura Johnston in the building, as well as Dr. Kim Sontag, a specialist in all things women's health. Ladies, thank you for joining us this morning. How are we doing?
Good.
Good, thanks.
Listen, we've got to dive into lots of conversation here, and especially when we're talking about women's health in general, everything changes as the journey continues. Everything from emotional and physical health, and especially when you're talking about menopause, pre-menopause. But what is something that we aren't speaking about enough when we talk about this phase in a woman's life?
I think the thing that we aren't mentioning often enough is bone health, and usually only worry about it when it already becomes an issue, and by then it is usually too late.
Oh,
so
no.
it's the silent thing that's kind of going on in the background with your bone health deteriorating as you age, and that is something that's important to prevent, not only treat only later.
How would that show, or what would I feel or experience?
So the symptoms can be quite vague. Pain, so backache, hip pain, some joint aching, maybe even a fracture with a light fall or a fracture without any trauma at all. So those are the kinds of things that could be an indicator that there might be an issue with your bone health.
And I feel like the rest of the country just suddenly sat up when you said back pain, and you got a lot of people's attention. Is there treatment options for something like this?
There are, but the most important thing is to prevent that from happening. So prevention is better than cure, as they always say. So trying to maximize your bone health already early on by doing weight-bearing exercises, having a healthy lifestyle and diet. And then if you do have osteopenia, which is bone weakening, or osteoporosis, then there are treatments available to you to treat that and start to improve the bone remodeling.
All women, as they start to age, should really be focusing on this.
Well, as an adult from about your mid-30s, your bone does start decreasing, so your bone remodeling will be less than your bone resorption. So you will basically end up having less bone density. And as a woman, as you age, your estrogen declines as well, and that's very vital in bone remodeling.
Oh, wow.
So that will make a big difference.
Laura, I wonder if there are options when it comes to supplementation, because I know there are so many incredible things in this world and how it can assist us. Do you have anything that could work with regards to our bones?
Yeah, so D3 and K2 are vital for your bone health. It helps your body absorb calcium, which we know is crucial for bones, and then magnesium, also critical for your bone health. So, looking for good quality options, liposomal, highly bioavailable, good doses, and then just being consistent. So making sure that you take it daily and you start, correct me if I'm wrong, around the age of 30 is really when you need to start focusing on your bone health.
All right. Now, we kind of spoke about some of those sort of symptoms. Would those be enough to consider to be a warning sign, like, hey, listen, you need to action this now?
If you picked up something heavy and you have pain for a day or two, then that could be normal. But if it's something that's nagging you and constantly there and you feel like it might be an issue, then you should definitely get it checked out.
Is there any other sort of advice that you might have with regards to this?
Genetics play a part when it comes to, losing bone earlier in life. So look to your parents, see how they're doing.
Okay.
But absolutely, weight-bearing exercise, taking supplements from a younger age, not smoking, don't drink too much, really focusing on your overall health. And then go and have yourself tested if you're nervous, so that, prevention can be cure.
So the decisions we actually make now can literally affect us in such a negative or positive way in the future. So start the investment now.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, this is a great conversation. Thank you so much for coming through and providing us with the knowledge that we need, because I don't think a lot of people are even aware of this and what we're supposed to be doing. And I think this is a topic that deserves a lot more attention. So I think whether it's through movement, mindful nutrition, or smart supplements, strong bones really do set the foundation for a strong, healthy you. And if you want more insight, then definitely visit phytoceutics.com.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code Expresso for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
Oh my goodness, if you could just smell what's going down in the kitchen right now. I wish this for you. But let me tell you that there's more than one way to add an avo at breakfast. And this one brings a very bold and unexpected twist. Forget the sweet stuff, okay? The savory yogurt bowl is all about creamy comfort and roasted tomatoes, which are going right now, some soft-boiled eggs, and a burst of savory flavor. It is satisfying, it's wholesome, and perfect for those looking to start their day with something just a little bit different. And definitely up my alley, because I prefer more of a savory savory than a sweet breakfast. And I wonder if Raul feels the same way. If I say avocados, I can guarantee he's going to appear. 3, 2, 1, avocados!
Voila!
And there he
Listen, I have no
is.
idea what's going on. I just brought my favorite ingredient for breakfast, protein.
Protein.
Got some eggs. Do you need them?
Your favorite, P, I would love them. Put them down because I want to brace yourself for this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
We're making savory yogurt.
We're making it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the yogurt is there.
Oh, okay,
We're
okay.
gonna-
We were upset, like, whoa. When we start
But
with
have
this
you
thing.
ever heard of savory yogurt before?
No, I haven't. I didn't know you could do that even.
Right.
Like I've heard of savory and sweet treats, but in a yogurt, this is a new world for me.
Absolutely.
Are we going to be combining these ingredients?
We are. So I'm going to put you to work. Basically, you'll chop up our coriander and dill, which will go in our very plain yogurt, or you could use Greek yogurt
All right.
for extra protein.
Nice.
And then I've got some tomatoes blistering away, and I'll start over here. So
Okay.
with our beautiful avocados, we're basically going to blend them up with some lemon and salt and pepper. All right. So can you...
So that's going to make it
let me-
pretty creamy, right?
It's going to make it nice and creamy, which is also why you want different textures, like the tomatoes coming in, and then also the boiled eggs. Do you like a soft-boiled egg, or...?
I actually do. I like my yolk sunny side up. So if I can even get my boiled egg a little bit
Agreed.
closer to that, I'm a big fan.
Like an ooey gooey yolk.
Ooey gooey.
Where did I put
Unless I'm
this?
eating it like just on its own, then I need a little bit harder because that's probably me cracking it open in the car on the way
And
to a
just
meeting.
eating.
Yeah, just a little bit of salt. We sorted.
Oh my gosh, this is the perfect avocado. How dare me? I didn't even show
Show that
you.
thing off.
Look
Wow.
at that. This never happens. All right, so these
Shoo.
avocados are not like your regular avocados, okay? And avocados, as you know, are a delicious part of your day. It should be, at least. A go-to everyday, creamy, versatile, and proudly grown in South Africa snack. And they're available almost all year round, which is such great news as well. From winter through to spring, all you have to do is enjoy these green-skinned avos, followed by rich, nutty, dark-skinned varieties that stay in season right through all the way to November. I love avocado. I have it every day.
I think there's like a way that you can have an avo every day. There's so
Yeah.
much variation and there's so much that you can incorporate it into
Agreed.
when it comes to recipes, when it comes to shakes, when it comes to breakfast, lunch, supper, all the good fats are coming your way. And I think that's the big value of this thing.
Absolutely. They're also high in fats, which I know you are not mad at, right? Fats are a good thing.
No, especially when you're getting it from a plant source like this. These are the good fats, monounsaturated fats. So this is the stuff that your body's going to utilize. It's going to maybe help you with joints, just getting the machine and the system running a lot better
Right.
than before.
So wait, does it help oil your joints?
Pretty much. I mean, look, there's various sort of benefits to fats in general, but one of the things that it is assisting you with is that sort of like lubrication in the system in a sense. If you think about like how lipids can act in that way,
Yeah.
it really is assisting us. But I mean, more than anything, it's providing us with good energy, which is perfect, especially in the morning. You want more energy in the morning so you can
This
tackle
is
the
something you've
entire
been
day.
teaching me,
You don't want to have
yes.
energy-rich stuff at night when you're about to go to bed. So perfect time to have Eva, I would say, is maybe early in the day than later again, because you'll utilize the fats for energy.
Yeah, I have it for breakfast. I told you with cottage
Perfect.
cheese. It's the best combo.
Oh,
but I might include
yes.
something like this. So let's blend up the avos. Okay.
And are you wanting smooth
Nice
or a
and
bit coarse?
creamy. Yeah, I would say so. I think the texture can come through in other ways.
Yo, that is proper cream,
Right?
eh? Yeah.
I would also add in some seeds sometimes to add like extra crunch, but
Ooh.
that is creamy and delicious. All right.
Okay, I still
Gotta
have
get
no
all the
idea where
avo.
this is going because I don't know what it's supposed to look like at the end of the day.
You and me
I'm,
both, Ralph.
I'm
We're
just
figuring
like,
it out.
I'm just paying attention. Okay, I've got everything cut up over here. We've got our avo that has beautifully been blended.
Yep.
The tomatoes are
I'm just
looking perfect.
Adding some balsamic glaze to them.
Oh, you're
for
getting
extra
fancy now.
Flavor. Why not? This is like a Saturday morning edition.
Yeah,
But this
is
could be
cool.
an everyday thing.
Especially
right?
that noise, the sizzle. I mean, come on.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna get to assembly, or I'm gonna make you get to
Yes,
assembling.
put me to
So
work.
Put this in there.
Okay, so
Mix
got
it
some
up.
dole going in here.
Yeah, I'll add
and then
some flavor to
coriander,
Quite a bit of salt.
salt and pepper. Mix it all up.
Yes.
All right, so I'll mix that all
I love how
up.
you left some coriander behind.
I was thinking of G. I was like, you know what, G might want this or want us to drop some off for him later, so let's not put too much in.
Let's not use all of our coriander. And that's going to form the base of our savory yogurt bowl. So
Okay, okay.
you'll go in with that at the base.
Ooh,
Yeah,
so
it's
I can
nice.
see the dough. I thought it was going to bring something completely different, but it's just
Yeah.
highlighting
It's
the zestiness of
adding,
this. Okay,
yes.
this is working well. What's
All right,
next?
So we're going to assemble. So let's put it in the bowl.
Okay, so first layer is
As
the
the
yogurt,
base,
right?
yeah.
All right.
First layer is the yogurt. second layer is the crema over here.
Look at me doing the chef thing with the spoon, you know, just a young, all right.
Okay, cool. So then
First
we go
layer's
in with the
second layer of avo.
and make it cute. I don't know how,
Okay,
but
don't worry, I
trust
got you. I got you. I've been paying attention.
Yes.
Tiffany has been working on us. Tiff, this one's for you.
Oh, Tiff is gonna
I'm
be
gonna
so
bring out
proud
my
of you.
inner stylist, my inner chef, my inner
Oh, I love it.
chef body. All right.
So they did prepare those tomatoes, but I think my tomatoes
I think yours
are
are better.
better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay,
Oh,
there
man.
we go.
We'll
I
go
like
in
this
with some
rustic look
warm
here.
rice.
I love the colors as well. It's like an evolution of something incredible. And I like how cherry tomatoes are almost like the cherry on top.
They are. The cherry tomato on top.
Oh, this is
And then let's cut up some eggs. And
We're
how
gonna
many
like
eggs is too many eggs?
So,
There's no such thing.
are you gonna? Oh, I was wondering. You could slice this. You could go it in half. You could actually do a couple options with this. Obviously, Mzansi, get this recipe at expressoshow.com because as I watch this thing unfold, I'm realizing you need to make this. It literally has good fats, good carbs, good protein, good nutrition, good fiber. I mean, come on now. What more do you want in a breakfast? It looks like a rainbow as well.
You want Carissa making you this breakfast in your house. But
Wow.
you'll have to pay extra for that.
Is that it?
That is it. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, yeah, guys, I need to show this off because come on now. Look how
Wow.
easy, look how delicious this looks. You need to get this for your breakfast. Oh, well
Please
done.
save that for me. That's my breakfast
Okay,
this morning.
deal.
I've worked hard enough to get there. It
I'll
is
protect it for
creamy,
you.
it is nourishing, and it is full of flavor. The savory yogurt bowl is just refreshing. A wonderful twist on your usual breakfast routine. So for more Avo inspiration, visit avocado.co.za and follow at I Love Avo SA. So incredibly beautiful. I'm going to get into
Hey,
that.
speaking of incredibly beautiful,
Yeah.
I heard that someone incredibly beautiful has come into our studio. Not just going to be sharing a beautiful voice, but also some tips on how to keep that voice primed up this season. And I think you know I'm talking about Karin Kortje in the building. Yes, she is here. She has arrived. She's getting a little glammed and styled up just for you, Mzansi. So brace yourselves because the magic continues after this.
Yeah, I'm going to try that.
Seriously, well done. This is so
Make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, Mzansi, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And if you were around earlier, then the moment has arrived. Brace yourself because this morning we welcome back a cherished member of the Expresso family, a powerhouse voice that we've come to know and absolutely love on our stage.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to get her on her couch. But today we go beyond the spotlight to uncover the personal story behind the music. Now, Karin Kortje joins us to share her deeply moving memoir. It's called Die Hele Story, a brave and very honest reflection on her life's journey. It's a privilege to have her with us once again. Please, family, welcome our other family member, Miss
Pew, pew,
Karin.
pew, pew. Yes.
And you come with something beautiful in your hands. Please.
It's so lovely to be back here with you
Queen,
guys.
how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank
Yeah.
you, and yourselves?
So good to
Fantastic.
see.
We're excited. Can we see it
Turn the book-
officially?
Ah, there
Look
it
at
is.
this.
There it
This
is.
is my baby.
I love how they captured
Beautiful.
the most like radiant version of your
Yeah.
smile, because I think
Thank
that
you so
embodies
much.
so much about what this whole story is going to
It
encompass.
does. It does.
Talk
It
to me
plays a
about
big
this, though,
role.
because it's not an easy thing, firstly, writing music and making yourself vulnerable. Now you're telling the whole story. You're making your entire life, your journey vulnerable to the world. That
Yeah.
must require a lot of energy. You must have gone through a lot of emotion doing this. Talk to me about this process.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right when you say that I went through a lot of emotions, you know, when I was planning this and going, obviously writing this book. I had some help. Lester Walbrug is also from where I'm from, Grabouw. So I approached him because I wanted that, you know, that connection.
Yes.
Because I go way back into my journey as, you know, where I grew up.
Is it like from what you can remember from the beginning?
start, I
Wow.
believe, because, you know, when I was on the competition, people only got to know that version of myself. And obviously what followed afterwards. And I always felt like I need to share some more about me and the person that I am. Yes, when I go out, I try to be as consistent as I can and show people the real me, you know, not just what they see on TV. But I felt like I needed to say some more. And obviously with everything that happened in my life, you know, I had some tragedy that was also on my journey. And I never said anything, you know, regarding that, because I was going through my own emotions, trying to heal myself in the process, and also just trying to survive, because, you know, in this industry, the show must go on no matter what. And but I just felt like that I owed my fans, you know, just some kind of explanation. And that is what I did in this book. I gave them a little bit of everything of me, my children, my marriage, my failed marriage, you know, everything of me, you know, everything that they wanted to know is in this book. I had somebody reviewed the book, and the person said to me, she actually don't believe that is the whole story. The title is Die Hele Story in Afrikaans, the whole story, but she doesn't believe that it's the whole story. There must be more.
There must be more, and we're waiting for it. The Hele Story Part 2 is
Yeah,
coming.
can I see the book? Because I really want to get my hands on this. And again, we're speaking about this sort of missing puzzle piece where you're providing inspiration to, I think, so many South Africans out there that we're aware of your success. But we want to know how you got there. And I think this is going to give us an opportunity to see how human beings like yourself, ones that we can resonate with, get over these obstacles and clearly chase your passion to the end. And look where we are right now. So thank you for putting all your love, your soul and your energy into this. Mzansi, this is where it's at. This is almost like a Bible for many in the business. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to leave this right here so everybody can see that, be loud and proud.
Thank you so
Beautiful.
much.
You know, when I
Appreciate
hear you talking, I also just feel like it's such a story of self-love and also resistance to just being down bad, right?
Yeah.
Because you could have chosen the other alternative.
Definitely.
You could have just been like, I'm sad, tragedy has happened, I'm not going to come back. But I'm a victim. But you've chosen to fight back in the most beautiful way
I think also I know tragedy. You know, even before I got that platform, I knew already what hurt feels like. And I just wanted to have my own voice. You know, for years, my story has been told by other people through media and obviously those kind of things, but it was never me saying my side of the story. And I feel like I needed to do that, not just for my fans, but also for me to get closure. You know, I never went for professional help. I only trusted the Lord, you know, with this journey, and God has really pulled me through. And I think that is why I am able to write this book and to speak about the things, you know, the hard times, but how I got over it. And I think if I should have given up that time, I wouldn't have been here celebrating, you know, this milestone, celebrating the healing journey and be a voice, you know, to others.
It's a testimony of overcoming.
Absolutely. Not just being a voice, but rediscovering it and using it for such a big purpose. I think you've become exactly that, a conjugate for something bigger, a voice for something absolutely incredible. So thank you. And I can't wait to just hear this voice.
That's what I was going to speak about voice. You also have a song, Die Hele Story.
I did. I wrote the song last year. Craig Lucas actually phoned me and he said to me, I think it's ready. We're ready now for that new song. We have been talking about it. And I was like, I'm writing a book and a song. He's like, yes, you can do it. We can do it. And we wrote the song. It's called Die Hele Story. It's an Afrikaans song. Because because Afrikaans is my first language. It's my love. And I think that is how I express myself the most, the best. And so, yeah, I can't wait to perform the song.
Oh, my goodness, we can't wait either. Well, there you heard it from the woman herself, the beautiful Miss Karin Kortje, a journey that reminded us of our powerful, presence even within us. And we wait for that performance that's coming up really soon, speaking about a human being that is full of resilience and hope and also heart. And we're just so grateful to have even walked this journey alongside you because, as you said, you are part of the family. I absolutely love that. Speaking about our family.
Yeah, fam up in Joburg. Zanella, how are you doing after that little inspirational convo?
Oh, I'm so good. Thank you, my royal. I can see you guys are also so amazing over there in the mother city. But Mzansi, let's jump on into how you can be a winner this morning. I mean, on top of the winning we're all already doing by being a family and having a good morning together. Friend, it is round about that time because every day keep pay day when you play Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot this Thursday. Don't get left behind. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dialing *120*7529# for USSD. All of the details I've just mentioned are on our Expresso show pages, so you can go and check them out there. However, Panda Push Up Play Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot today, and you could win big, my love. Go and do the things. I'm always crossing fingers for you, but right about now, we need to find out what's coming up still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. My Cape Town family, please give us the lowdown, won't you?
Oh, it's so good to see Zanele's face and also telling us about all those millions. Yes, baby, bring it on. What we're also going to be bringing your way is so much goodness right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show in the form of illusions. The other day we had tricks and things happening in studio with the ropes, remember that? But now at the Museum of Illusions, Graham got to see exactly what went down behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're not just going behind the scenes on G-Man, but behind the scenes on this beautiful queen. Obviously, we know about her incredible voice, but we want to find out how she protects it, how she looks after it, and how she keeps it so beautifully rich and expressive, especially early mornings like this where she's got to perform live for you, Mzansi. So don't go anywhere. A lot to discover and educate you on right around the corner.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast show right here, Expresso on S3. Now, we have heard her talk about her story, and what a beautiful story. The hele story at that as well. But now it's time to find out a bit more about how she maintains that beautiful vocal of hers. Because in dry air and icy mornings like this one, also late nights sometimes, winter can be tough on anyone's voice. But when your voice is your career, it takes a whole new level of importance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, today we are joined by the incredibly talented singer singer Karin Kortje, who is here to share the go-to remedies and the rituals she relies on when her throat isn't at 100%. Plus, we're going to get a special live performance to show us just how strong and clear a well-cared-for voice can sound. And ahead of obviously the book that you just released, we can't be more excited about it. The fact that you're using your voice for so much, for inspiration, for moving and for incredible moments. But I want to know from you, like, when it comes to those days when you are off, I mean, even the pros have it, and you're one of them. What do you do in those moments where you are dealing with an issue where your throat's under strain or you've done a couple back-to-back performances? How do you deal with that?
You know what? Last week, my son got a cold, and you know when babies, when they are sick, they want to be around their mother and stuff. But I had a hectic weekend, so I had to like keep my distance, be there in the moment, but also keep my distance so that I don't catch the cold. And unfortunately, you know, I catch the cold. I got it, and I was so stressed out, and that also add obviously a lot of stress on the vocals. That by Friday when I had to go and perform, my body was really, I could feel the flu. But luckily, because back in the day when I was on that competition, they made us a little remedy every morning when we were at the breakfast table. It was honey with ginger with lukewarm water. And I've been drinking that ever since last week already, because I knew I had a hectic weekend. So every morning I would take a cup of, and I have my honey also, you know, at my bed, next to my bed.
Oh, just ready to go.
And I was just drinking that the whole time just to keep myself, you know, obviously protected against the flu. And I managed to pull through.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Another testimony at that too. No, I love it. What are some of the first signs that you're going, oh, wait a minute, my throat or my voice is not doing what it needs to do? What do you pick up? What do you notice?
It gets, my throat gets tired. You know, it's like a sword, like a husky type of, and then I know I need to, it's either keep quiet or just rest my voice. And that is the only thing. Sometimes when you go to a doctor with a voice, they would just say, you know, rest.
Rest is important. It's
Rest
like a
your
muscle,
voice.
no? So you got to also put it at rest sometimes.
I would imagine that, but I mean, obviously, like you said earlier, the show must go on, and there's moments where you sometimes have to push through a sore throat or some sort of like inflammation or a strained throat or something. Do you use the remedy of the honey, ginger, lemon vibes as well to kind of soothe you through that period, or is there something else that you use maybe?
Definitely, I now add like cinnamon also in, and then I just boil it in the water for 5 minutes.
Delicious.
And then you just drink a cup of that. You can add lemon in there as well.
Have you got your drink here this morning?
I had some luckily at home.
Okay.
Well, I know you got that honey there in your pocket. Have you ever had to actually perform with a sore throat? Do you kind of just step on the stage and do it anyway?
I did. Friday night I had to, you know, I still had the sore throat and stuff, but I just have to push through. And then obviously after that, I know I need to go and rest, keep my voice warm, always have a scarf with me. You know, but we're not always that disciplined.
This is true.
You know,
Vocal exercises can only take you so far.
Yeah, I've learned my lessons, you know.
You mentioned vocal exercises as being something so important. Is there any way you could possibly take us through an example of like a warm-up that you might do for getting your voice ready? I know
We'll follow you. Do it and then we'll sing up here.
rhymes and there's songs and everyone has their own version. Do you have your own one maybe?
I actually don't, I copy what other people do.
Okay.
I remember Robin, I don't know if you know, you should know Robin.
Yes,
They used to sing with me, and they were at a singing school, actually, and there they teach all these kind of things. So I had them teaching me, showing me what to do. So there's like the sound, it's going to look probably very
We're going to
funny.
try. Don't worry. We're all in this together. We're going to try copy you.
That's where you just like, okay. There you go.
Nice.
That actually felt really good.
I should do this before work.
And then you just play around with it. You know, you go low. That is how you warm up.
Nice, Kyle.
I feel like I did this all the day as a child. I've been training for this. Just didn't have the voice.
Thank you for taking us through all of those. Off camera, we might practice a little bit more and then come out as the background singers from Miss Karin. But for now, though, when your voice is your livelihood, as you can see, or you just use it on the daily, knowing how to care for it during winter isn't optional. It is absolutely essential. Now, if you're managing sore throats, body aches, or seasonal symptoms, we urge you to please speak to your local pharmacist us about the Adcock Ingram OTC Winter Survival Pack.
Yeah, now this is your go-to for trusted relief. And if you are wanting more health tips and vocal care support, then don't worry. You can just visit beprepared365.co.za. And hang on, it gets even better because you also stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand in cash. And all you got to do is simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages and tell us what your best home remedy is to relieve a sore throat. Now, don't forget to include the hashtag AdcockOTCWinter in your answer. And of course, your entries close this Sunday. Your T's and C's can be found at expressoshow.com.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Karin. We cannot wait to see the Sihila story in action, the performance, and of course, that beautiful vulnerability that you so generously
Before we do, though,
Thank you,
This winter, staying healthy is just a click away with beprepared365.co.za, your go-to platform for trusted medical advice and helpful health tips. While taking charge of your wellness, ask your pharmacist about the Adcock Ingram OTC Winter Survival Pack, including Corenza Paracetamol, Medicil, Exvigen, and Adco Napamol. Stand a chance of winning weekly cash prizes by replying to the competition question on Expresso's social media pages with hashtag AdcockOTCWinter. T's and C's apply.
All right, while they get ready with their let's get into some news 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's get into your national news headlines first, where tributes are pouring in for celebrated cultural activist, photographer and jazz promoter Rashid Lombard, who passed away in Cape Town at the age of 74. Known for capturing South Africa's struggle for freedom through his lens, Lombard also left an indelible mark on the country's music scene. Now, in 2000, he founded the Cape Town International Jazz Festival through his company ESP Africa, creating a world-class performance and platform for local and international artists. Now, his legacy lives on through powerful images and, of course, unforgettable melodies. In other national news, Parliament's Standing Committee on Finance has adopted the 2025 fiscal framework and revenue proposals after a joint process with the Select Committee on Finance, following a previous court challenge that set the budget aside. Our chairperson, Joe Maswangani, confirmed all procedures were carefully followed to avoid another legal dispute. Meanwhile, the Business Confidence Index has dropped by 5 points to 40, reflecting growing concern among firms about the current economic climate, policy uncertainty, and the broader impact on investment and growth. In your international news, the Congolese government has banned all media reporting on former President Joseph Kabila and his party amid rising tensions with the current administration. Accusations of treason and alleged links to M23 rebels denied by Kabila have prompted attempts to prosecute him. Now, media breaches of this ban risk suspension by the Supreme Council of Audiovisual and Communication Regulator. Meanwhile, M23-controlled areas refuse to comply with media restrictions. The ban reflects escalating political instability in DR Congo following Kabila's recent return. Meanwhile, Israel yesterday launched airstrikes on Syrian government weapons sites in southern Syria after 2 projectiles fired from Syria landing in the Golan Heights. Syria condemned the strikes as sovereignty violations, causing extensive damage. Now, a group calling itself the Mohammed Deif Martyrs Brigade claimed responsibility for the attack. No casualties have been confirmed. Meanwhile, Gaza's humanitarian crisis has deepened, with the Red Cross describing conditions as worse than, quote, hell on earth, urging international action to end suffering and release hostages. And let's close off with a feel-good story where a research team in Shanghai Jiao Tong University has unveiled a 6-legged robot designed to assist visually impaired individuals, offering a promising solution to China's severe shortage of guide dogs. With over 17 million people in need and limited access to trained animals, this high-tech companion aims to serve as a reliable and accessible alternative. Built for stability and mobility, the robot uses intelligent sensors and advanced navigation to safely guide users through complex environments. Developers hope the innovation will provide newfound freedom and independence to millions who currently face daily mobility challenges without sufficient support. A great way and an innovative way to end up your 7 o'clock news. Let's see what's happening in your sports with Raul.
I love that, Carissa. Thank you so much. And I know one man that definitely doesn't need the 6 legs of that robot, and that's Cristiano Ronaldo, who ended his Germany hoodoo with a decisive 68th minute winner in Portugal's 2-1 victory in Munich, and that was sending them into the Nations League final. Now, the 40-year-old netted his record-extending 137th international goal, securing Portugal's first ever win over Germany. Now, the 2019 champions will face Spain or France in Sunday's final at the same venue. Well, speaking of football news, and Chelsea have signed England under-21 striker Liam Delap from Ipswich, and that's for £30 million, beating Manchester United and Everton to his signature. Now, the 22-year-old netted 12 Premier League goals last season, despite Ipswich's relegation. Now, Delap strengthens Chelsea's attack ahead of the Club World Cup, with the Blues returning to Champions League action next season. Well, from football, we move to tennis news, which is definitely taking front and center stage. And Novak Djokovic moved closer to a historic 25th Grand Slam title, defeating Alexander Zverev 4-6, 6-3, 6-2, 6-4 to reach the French Open semi-finals. Now, the 38-year-old claimed his 101st Roland Garros win after a gritty 3-hour battle. And Djokovic now faces top seed Jannik Sinner, who eased past Alexander Bublik earlier on Wednesday. Well, we're sticking to tennis news, as it is definitely taking the world by storm, and world number 361, Louise Boysen, continued her sensational French Open run, defeating 6th seed Mira Andreeva 7-6, which went to 8-6 in the first set, and 6-3, and that was to reach the semi-finals. Now, the wild card, who has toppled 3 seeds, now faces world number 2, Coco Gauff. Now, Gauff battled past Madison Keys 6-7 and taken that first set to 6-8 and then 6-4, 6-1, and that was to book her last 4 spot. Well, again, we'll touch on sport in the next hour, but I think many of you are heading out on the roads, so let's see how we can assist you when it comes to traffic.
The fact that we're only 1 hour into the show and we still got so much more coming up, but this is why we need to make sure that on the hour we keep you up to date with what is happening right now in terms of the traffic. Starting off in Gauteng, Centurion, an accident has occurred, unfortunately, on the N1 northbound at Flying Saucer interchange. It's resulting in a left lane closure, causing delays. Motorists are advised to please approach with caution in that area. Then in the mother city in Athlone, traffic is extremely slow moving along the N2 inbound ramp towards Jake's Gerwel Drive. Motorists should anticipate congestion and consider alternative routes when it comes to that space. Right about now, though, let's get into what's happening with your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds along the KZN coast between Port Edward and Corsi Bay. The strong winds may disrupt small harbours and vessels and make navigation difficult. Looking ahead to the weekend, a strong cold front linked to a cut-off low pressure system is set to hit the Western Cape on Saturday before sweeping across the central interior, bringing cooler, unsettled conditions, or rather colder, unsettled conditions, with snowfall on high-lying areas of the Cape provinces and western parts of KZN, as well as Free State. It's going to be a cold one, so please make sure you've got your blankets, your heaters, your warm drinks, and everything else in between to get you through that cold front. Right about now, though, something that always keeps me warm in the morning is your sunrise view. Annalie from Langeban, my love, you have done such a beautiful thing by sending us this gorgeous sunrise picture. It is something that I genuinely love because of how there is like a house in the middle of nowhere, but then the sun is coming through. It screams wealth. It looks like there's a lot of land there, which I like for you and for whoever else is around you. It's looking absolutely delicious this morning. And thank you so much for making us absolutely so much better with your sunrise view. And Mzansi, this is your example. You got to send through that picture of what exactly it's looking like while you're waking up today on 063 036 9649, all in the name of showing the rest of Mzansi what your view is in fact looking like. Right now, though, while you do that, let's take a look at your temperatures.
to you not only that sunrise view, but also our sunrise view this morning. Miss Karin is still standing by to give you such an incredible performance. You heard about the story, and now it's time to hear a little bit more. It is Dis die hele story by Karin.
Die song se naam is Dis die hele storie. Dit spreek van 'n journey van my en my ma. Obviously it wasn't a perfect journey, but one thing that was evident was the love that I had for my mother, and I dedicate the song to her.
Vroeg elke Sondag, as ek mooi onthou, kinderlik, bitterstout, onbevange, 5 jaar oud, vasgenaal terwyl ek sing, kyk sy vir my, deur die seer wil ek haar prys, haar liefde wys, van klein het sy geleer. Jy bid, al maak dit seer, dit is my stem, en dit is my storie, met jou aan my kant, sal ek nooit verloor nie, trots sal ek sing, al wil hulle my nie hoor nie, en God al die eer, al die lof, al die glorie. Dis die hele storie. Oh, dis die hele storie. Menige male wil ek hardop skreeu. Hoe kom ek, waarom hier, nog eenmaal, keer op keer, nooit gedink, sou keuses my tot hier te bring, lang diep gelei, nou maak ek dit vry. My fout het my geleer. Jy bid, al maak dit seer, dit is my stem, en dit is my storie, met jou aan my kant, sal ek nooit verloor nie, trots sal ek sing, al wil hulle my nie hoor nie, en God al die eer, al die lof, al die glorie, dis die hele storie. Sê dis die hele storie. My droom het jy bekroon, maar my hoop het my beloon. Ek kan 'n man, 'n vrou, en my lied sal jy onthou. Dit is my stem, en dit is my storie, met jou aan my kant, sal ek nooit verloor nie, trots sal ek sing, al wil hulle my nie hoor nie, en God al die eer, al die lof, al die glorie, dis die hele storie. Dis die hele storie. Dis die hele storie. Oh, dis die hele storie, storie, storie.
Wow, thank you. Can I give you a hug? That was so beautiful. Karin Kortje, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely gorgeous performance, of course, putting our heart on a sleeve for all of us to just hear the healer story. Absolutely stunning, a great way to get us right here. And we still have so much more coming your way, Mr. Graham. Yes, our very own G-Man went to something very interesting in the Mother City. It just recently opened. It is the Museum of Illusions, and we'll see what that's about in just a little bit. Then Numbulelo Fox, also out in Jersey, is going to be reviewing some series and some movies to add to your watch list in just a bit. We'll see you now.
Want to unlock the secrets of beauty innovation? Here's your chance to win exclusive tickets to Beauty University 2025. Simply purchase any of the featured L'Oreal products and WhatsApp a photo of your receipt to 081 010 0429. And you could be in attendance at the unforgettable Beauty University, happening on Saturday 28 June in Johannesburg. Competition closes Monday 16 June. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Family, right about now we are getting into something that we have been celebrating for the last couple of weeks. I'm sure you've heard about the African All-Stars series, or the All-Stars African series with Tik Tok, where they have collaborated with entertainment commentator film Pilah, and they are getting to know 11 incredible creators that are making their mark on the TikTok platform. And one thing I know about our peeps on that platform, we're obsessed with them, okay? So we've had the likes of DJ Duop sitting here, we've had the likes of Becky Ndamase, but today we got my queen of the film. She's the queen of entertainment and the queen of all things series. Let's welcome her, everyone, as we celebrate her content creation journey and so much more. It is Numbulelo Fox. My gorgeous, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm amazing, thank you. When I ask you how you are, you must say I'm an African all-star, thank you.
Oh yes, actually.
You know what I mean?
And your bio on my social.
Does it? CV update now. Numbulelo, congratulations, my love.
Thank you so much.
I think it's so amazing that you're part of the 11 that has been recognized as an African all-star, because that's huge.
Listen, it's a major deal for me, and it's just so wonderful to be given the platform to talk about, you know, what I do. So I'm super excited.
But even speaking of what you do, you're a PR girly by day.
Yeah.
And then you go home and make amazing TikTok videos that go viral about entertainment and series and all things in between.
I do.
Talk to us about this journey. How did it all begin in terms of content creation, especially with someone who has a day job?
Yeah, so for me, it started off when I was still young. I think just the obsession of consuming quite a lot of media, from reading newspapers, because that's how I got to practice my reading, and to watching TV's ads, all of that. So that became my world. But at the time, I didn't really know what media was basically all about and where it would take me. Up until when I was, old enough, choosing, the degree that I went into.
Yeah.
And the fact that media was also just a part and parcel of what I was studying made so much sense for me. So from that point on, got to pretty much see just the amazing world that media actually, presented me with. And we found ourselves here because attending Daba, and because of that, we were able to package that in such a way where, we could speak to people on social and just talk about the things that we're watching. So it was a very interesting journey leading up to where I am right now.
That's beautiful. I mean, the day that you decided to pick up the phone and make a video, why? What was the intention?
Sure. So I was actually living in Durban and I had no family at the time, that side. And I was like, okay, I need to keep myself busy besides the work that I do. And so literally went onto TikTok and I was like, okay, let's go. Let's talk about what is trending, what I'm watching. And literally just started there and it just became a thing because I think even amongst my social circles, people knew that I'd always give them the tea or the scoop on things.
I love
and
that.
So it made sense.
The girl with the tea, serving it piping hot. Thank you very much. Ma'am, how do you balance this in terms of having a full-time job but then also being a superstar or an all-star even that just has, like I said, content that goes viral?
Yeah, so I think time management, I never used to think I was good at managing my time until now.
Okay.
So knowing that, every morning I have to literally watch episodes of shows that I'm watching or any sort of film, review in the morning, go to work, and then come back and then do that same thing all over again. So it's a very tight ship that I'm essentially running by myself. But I was able to also just be, a lot more disciplined in terms of managing that and just making sure that whenever something drops, I watch it, I review it, we move on to the next thing. So
that's crazy. So you're working 24/7 at the moment, when
24/8. But I mean, the bag is showing.
That's right, and we love it when that happens, ma'am. And I mean, the numbers are also showing because the hashtag What to Watch, it's got over like 4 million hits on social media. Talk to us about what it is that you are watching right now. What did you watch before you came here or last night?
Sana, so I was actually watching a couple of episodes of Skim Sam because we know how it is at the moment.
And Rachel's coming back soon.
My girl. So I've been watching all of that. And then just parts of Umubango as well. So that's what I'm currently watching. And then recently also watched, Sinners as well. So it's really just a good mix of content that I'm watching, just also for audiences to also tune in so that bangathi, hey, asas gutis begin, so at least we're giving them something.
I love that. And what did you give Sinners out of 5?
Mine was an 11 out of 10. Girl.
That's right. It was a really good movie. And at the moment, I'm giving Skim Sam 12 out of 10. That storyline is it's hitting. But babe, you're a known green screen content creator, right? So talk to us a little bit about, just in terms of how you've been dabbling on the live content type of vibes and getting on live. A lot of people always talk about how people can get roses and all these different things. How does your community reward you exactly? Talk to us.
So I recently started jumping onto live and it was quite nerve-wracking because as much as ngiyakhuluma but I think it's very different when you're just recording and posting because it's not in real time. But the moment you get onto live, it's a completely different experience. I think it's quite heartfelt and quite warming when people start gifting you for the amazing work that you do because it is quite time-consuming. So the fact that there's someone out there who's like, actually, this girl is worth my coins.
You deserve my money.
You deserve that.
Here's a tip for just being perfect.
Listen.
I love it for you.
So I love it. And also just allows for other individuals to also join into the conversation. And also just, give me their take because I might not have the same view as everybody else.
Beautiful.
So because of that, they've been quite generous. Shout out to you guys.
Said, keep them coming.
The wallet is showing.
Let's go. We love it for you, my babe, because like you said, it can be quite bit time consuming, but you do it amazingly. You do it with grace and you do it with the pap and hot tea. And we appreciate you. Congratulations again for being an African All-Star.
Thank you so
And we
much.
can't wait to see you keep flying.
Period. Thank you so much.
Thank
for having
you,
me.
Mama. Her name is Nombulelo Fox. If you did not know, she is an entertainment series and all things film commentator, someone who is doing the absolute most in that beautiful space on TikTok. Like you heard, that one hashtag has like 4 million hits. It's absolutely huge, but you get to also check it out, all in the name of finding out just more about her journey and how she actually got to where she is today. Film Pilah sits down with 11 African All-Stars for the hashtag African All-Stars series that is happening with TikTok. And trust me, it is well worth your time. Go and check it out on @tiktok.southafrica, and that is where you can catch the likes of Nombulelo Fox and a few other creators that are truly making our experience on TikTok that much better. For now, though, I want to check in on my family over there in Cape Teasy, Foshizi. Family, are you guys still good?
Oh,
So
Joe
good.
Sizzle. I like it. What a great conversation. And I absolutely am so proud of everybody that got chosen to be a creator representing TikTok in Africa. But now, though, talking about another incredible individual, you have to prepare for your mind to be bent, but also your senses fooled just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Why? Because G-Man, our very own Graham, recently stepped into a world where nothing is quite as it seems. And we're talking about the Museum of Illusions in Cape Town. Now, it's located in the heart of Gardens, and this is a one-of-a-kind edutainment destination, which is home to over 60 interactive exhibits that playfully challenge perception through holograms, immersive rooms, and mind-bending optical illusions.
Let's please take a look at this. What went down with Graham, if he's still okay to this day, and also just putting reality to the ultimate test.
Step into my dimension. I think our sense of reality is going out the window as the Cape Town Museum of Illusions opens her doors. It's the second site here in the country. It's the third on the continent and one of 60 globally. And these installations are known for their mind-altering ability. We are going to have our perceptions tested. We're going to have our sense of reality pushed to its limits. What is actually possible? Well, this is a museum like no other. Let's go. Mark, I'm going to say, first of all, congratulations. I'm sure blood, sweat and tears to get to this incredible installation. And I can feel the buzz. In fact, Cape Town can feel the buzz right now. But I suppose, first off, I've got to ask why? Why bring this global phenomenon here to the mother city, to Cape Town?
I think Cape Town is the place to have a museum like this. We're very fortunate to be here on Kloof Street. We're very excited to open in Cape Town. We can't wait to invite everyone from Cape Town into the museum to see it.
And of course, this is like the least museum-y museum that we have ever experienced. In fact, you want people to come in and take photos, to touch, to feel, to truly experience. What's the vibe here? Why do you have this level of interaction?
So the brain's an amazing thing. You know, we work on our visual inputs. And with our visual inputs, we get a sense of space and depth and even a sense of ourselves. And what we do is we take those visual inputs and we create different visual cues to trick your brain into thinking something totally different. The whole purpose of it is not to be like a traditional museum where you actually can't touch and play with things. We want you to touch and play. We want you to realize that things aren't what they seem.
What do you hope that this installation in Cape Town is going to bring? How is this going to stand out?
Cape Town has so much beauty and so much outdoor. But when the weather's not great, you look for the indoor experience. And this really gives you an incredible indoor experience. We're going to be bringing so many diverse groups into the same setting, into the same environment. We have people traveling all over the Western Cape coming to experience the museum.
All right, explain to me what's going on in this room.
So this is the Ames room, and by using different graphics behind you and different tilted floors, what it does is it makes you look smaller and bigger as you cross over. So at this point, significantly bigger. So the use of it be smaller. And if we swap over,
boom, 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 boom,
it changes. And this is an amazing exhibit. You don't realize it, but I mean, it just...
Can I pick you up and put you in my pocket and take you home, man? I'm just going to take you home with me.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so exciting. I'm thinking for a young mind to explore science and psychology like this.
You get to actually experiment with the actual touch and feel and then learn the science behind it, and hopefully it brings a whole curiosity mindset, and you challenge every single thing you see to find a new perspective.
All right, they're saying I'm getting a big head in this industry. I think we need to leave.
So this is the tilting room, and as you can feel, we feel like we're almost tilting or falling over.
I quite like this.
Yeah, well,
well, you said like when it rains or it's windy outside, people can get indoors. This kind of feels like what it's like being outdoors in the Cape Town wind. That is pretty cute. Oh. Right, whoa.
So you're in the ball, get your minds around.
My brain does not register that at all. That is mind bending. Letter to Cape Town. What are you hoping this is going to bring to the mother city?
So I think when it comes to Nelson Mandela, I mean, he's a true inspiration, not just for South Africa, for everyone all over the world. And what was amazing about him is he brought so many people from different diversities together during very difficult times. And I think what's most important, I mean, Nelson Mandela truly believed in education. I mean, one of his sayings was, education is the most powerful weapon in the world that can change everybody's lives. And I'm hoping that this museum brings some education, some enlightenment, some open-mindedness to everyone in Cape Town and to the tourists that come and see it and get the opportunity to enjoy not just the vision of Nelson Mandela, but the beauty of Cape Town.
Completely, man. Well, congratulations, my brother. Well done. Wow, I'm seeing this space very differently. My mind has been bent, and I get to step back into reality. But this has definitely made its mark. Thank you so much to Mark and the Museum of Illusions. So make sure you book. You can head over to museumovillusions.co.za to make that booking. And if you've got kids, this is going to change the way they see their world, and we need more of that energy.
Oh my word! I was wondering where G-Man has been the entire day.
Stuck in that universe.
He's stuck in that place, and I think he's going through so many illusions, and you can too. That was so cool. I think something that would definitely tickle my fancy. The question is, did it tickle yours? Because I think if it did, you definitely want to get involved in this opportunity to stand a chance to win tickets to experience this for yourself. Now, what are we doing, Chris?
We are giving away 3 family tickets of 4. So the whole fam's involved this time. To enter, visit Expresso's social media pages and tell us why you'd like to visit the Museum of Illusions out in the Mother City. Now, that competition ends today at 9. So you have, what is that? Can you do the maths for me?
You've got a little bit of time. A little bit of time left, okay?
Terms and conditions.
2.5 hours.
Maybe
less.
Don't put maths to either one of us. We're creatives, okay?
We're not mathematicians. We're not claiming it. But we are claiming that you don't go anywhere because we've still got a lot to look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And as we figure out how much time you have to enjoy, I think it's about an hour and a half. We're still going to figure it out. But you don't need to go anywhere. We're going to be talking about sleepwear coming through. Taryn Uppel is here to give us the latest in not just feeling good and looking good, but just embodying the sleep that we've needed. And winter is here to do so.
I like that, especially for our dads who always skip out on sleep because they're taking care of the families. And then we've got to get into something delicious. I'm talking about a red velvet chocolate chip cookie, but then wrapped in chocolate.
Whoa.
You've never seen indulgence
I'm
like
ready for
that.
this.
I don't think so.
A mess or a success? Well, stick around and find out all this is coming at you around the corner. Yum! Yo.
That looks intense.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If no one has told you, Father's Day, all right, is knocking. 15 June is what I'm talking about. And from cozy warm slippers to luxurious soft sleepwear and also comfortable gowns, Woolworths has all the sleepwear options you need to make your dad's day truly special. That's for your dads and dad figures in your life. Now, stylist Taryn Oppelnell is here to unveil their latest sleepwear range just in time for our Daddy's Day.
Yay!
I'm excited. I love Father's Day. It's a great excuse to spoil your dad a little bit, right? We don't do that often.
And I like these grown teddy bears. Like, it's the best.
Oh my goodness. Okay, when it comes to making our dads snuggly, warm and cute, what sort of options do we have?
I mean, of course we're going to go for the sleepwear. I mean, I look at all of these and it just reminds me of my dad. Anything sort of flannel and check. I mean,
come on.
This is Dad walking down the passage,
Dad.
you know. But what I love about this is that it's 100% cotton, so it's super breathable but also warm. And then you've got your crew button-up, which is also really great, lightweight, but still has that.
And the color on this is so good.
Beautiful, right? It's beautiful. It's like perfect for winter.
And it matches in the best way. It's not too overpowering. I can see my dad in that.
Yeah,
Tick.
me too,
Okay, what's
me
next?
too. And then we've got another check option, but this is a set.
Cute.
It's giving like, you know, I was going to say Florence Nightingale. You know, when they like walk with the little...
burning the midnight oil.
Exactly. It's super, super, super nice. This is also 100% cotton. I love the blue color on this.
Nice.
I mean, a little matchy-matchy moment.
Come on.
Why not? Great gifting ideas. You know, not only giving your dad little pajamas, but throwing in the slipper, throwing in the socks, you know, make a little gifting pack.
And I love the fact that you've mentioned socks because let's go beyond socks this year. Okay? It can't be where we stop. Socks and we're done.
Yeah, and we'll get to how you can make a little package in a second.
good.
But I also just want to point out these because they're also really great. These are bamboo. It's a bamboo blend.
Okay.
So, you know, some people like warm up quite a lot in the bed, you know, so this is a great option for
Is
those.
it a one-piece? No, it's
No,
two.
no, no.
It's two. Okay.
Imagine a little onesie. Oh, God. And then obviously to complete our PJs, we've got some really luxurious gowns.
Ooh, they feel weighty as well.
They are. You know, some have the hoods. So these are super fluffy and super warm. I love them. There's also this really great option, which is a little bit of a houndstooth check with like the contrast black on the inside. So that's also really fuzzy.
For the stylish dad. I'm here for
100%.
it.
And then there's this little peanut thing going on. Little peanut collab with Woolworths, which is all about the Father's Day gifting. So your dad is obviously your superhero, just like Snoopy over there. And then there's also an opportunity to sort of
Matching PJs?
How cute.
You are not a father and son duo until you have your matching PJs.
The superhero and the sidekick.
Oh,
Love
man.
it. But when I was speaking about gifting, this is what I was talking about. So you'll see, like on the shelves where you find your slippers maybe in store, you'll see these little #1 dads bags that you can also purchase and you can make a little gift. So you can put your socks in there. I mean,
Dads
it's the
never
peanut
buy their own
cola.
boxes, eh?
No,
This
they
is the
never
once a
do.
year time that you replenish the stash.
Might find a hole in there somewhere because they've been wearing them forever. But this is a really, really great gifting idea. So you can pop it into your dad bag with your sleepwear and your slippers. Come on, go all out.
Oh my goodness. And if your
Why
dad's
not?
anything like my dad, he's going to reuse that until the end of time because he is just that resourceful. These slipper options really are just so gorgeous. This is my favorite by far.
I know. I also really love those. You also get them in like a really nice, warm, neutral tone if you're not into the blue. And then you've got your classic sort of slip-ons as well for dad.
I love that. My favorite part about slippers is the Afrikaans word for them because pantoffels
I know,
is just
it's
the
the
best
best.
word
It's the
that's
best.
ever been created. All right, shall we see them on bodies?
Yes, why not? We've got a little dad and son duo here in their sleepwear. We've got
come
the sidekick
on.
and the superhero. So they're both obviously wearing their PJs with their complementary gowns.
I love this. And then wait for it. Oh, superhero.
Yep.
And the sidekick.
And the sidekick. How cute.
Oh my gosh. That
I mean,
really
if that's
just
not
makes
a
it
good
all.
gifting idea, then I don't know.
And if you can't see it, actually, on this gown, there are soccer balls.
Yes.
Very cool. It's kind of embossed on there. Okay.
Yeah, and
Very
they're just
nice,
paired with
man.
some navy slippers just to complement the print and the
Got the
colors.
hood. Do you feel cool? I think he feels cool. You feel cool, hey? Yeah, he does.
He looks
yeah,
cool.
Does. All right, let's see Dad.
Yes, gosh.
We're going to be like Zaddy.
Zaddy.
Zaddy. Okay, this is nice. Those slippers are really great.
Those remind me of my dad, for
Yeah,
sure. And sometimes when they wear them, like they just slip them on and then the back starts bending down,
Yes.
like folding in. It becomes a little slide with them not even trying.
Oh, we're caving under the pressure of his ankles. I love that.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, cool. Dad and son duo absolutely sorted. We'll let them have their moment in the sun because the girls and their moms had their moment.
We
all right?
did.
Well done, y'all. You look absolutely great. I do want to ask you, though, what do we look for when buying quality sleepwear? Because there is a difference.
100%. I mean, we always talk about comfort. That's number one because your PJs do more for you than you think. A good night's rest, what's that going to do for you the next day?
Right.
So really, it aids in like a mental health, physical health sort of thing indirectly. So comfort is like your umbrella, but then under that you've got fabrication. So we spoke about, you know, if you get really warm, like what sort of fabrication are you going for? I always try to go for 100% cottons.
Because it's breathable.
It's breathable, it's lightweight. So fabrication's really important. And then fit. So for me in summertime, like something super oversized makes sense, you know, it just doesn't matter. But
I don't want to feel it on my body.
You know, just get it off me.
Yeah.
But in winter, you don't want something too oversized because you're missing out on that snuggle.
Snuggly, yeah.
And you also don't want it too tight because then you're cancelling out the comfortability. So
Sure.
yeah, those are definitely the top things I think you should look out for and consider when
that.
shopping for your PJs.
Well, good thing Woolies has all of the above absolutely sorted, and we want to snuggle up your dad this Father's Day with the options that we have: warm, comfortable, and also stylish sleepwear. So go ahead and shop it online today and get 30% off of men's sleepwear, as well as these gorgeous slippers and gowns. Shop this offer online at woolworths.co.za. Then starting tomorrow, you can also shop this offer in-store, online, and on the app. And of course, T's and C's apply.
I love boots. I love like loungewear a lot. I love oversized jumpers. With kids, you know, they go around, they play, so I always make sure that, you know, they're durable, they last really long.
Hey, Mzansi, now listen, you can clearly tell that I'm excited, big smile on my face. Why? Because we're in the kitchen and we're going to be diving into something absolutely delicious. And someone who's bringing it to us, pretty much like a family member now. We're talking about Andriette Georgiou, who is all the way from Montfort and is known for turning sweet trends into standout bakes. And I think this time she's really showing off, putting her own twist on the viral TikTok red velvet chocolate. And what she's going to be doing, though, is swapping the cake for cookies. But before we even get into Andriette's delicious version, I think let's take a look at the original that inspired it all and then come back and try it for ourselves. Let's go. Wow, that looks crazy. And one person that is ready for crazy when it comes to delectable delights, Andriette in the building. How are we doing?
So well, it's going really, really well. And I love this theme today because as a bakery owner, you have to look at what is going on social media because that is where the trends are and that's what people want.
And you got to give the people what they want,
You
right?
have to give what the people want.
But you're not just doing the standard thing that you see online. You've always got a twist. Or obviously, Montfort's coming through with delicious treats. What am I looking at over here?
So another big trend that is going crazy all over the world, and you'll see it, and what I've built my business on is these big, thick, chunky cookies. And a big thing about it is it's always stuffed with something delicious.
Okay.
So everybody on the TV screen will open it
all
up.
about
You know,
the
it's about the
ASMR
break
and
and eating it. And it's ridiculously big. But what I loved about this trend is they would dip it in chocolate, almost create a whole chocolate casing.
Sure.
So we thought, why not try it out today? You want to give it a go?
Wait, so just like the slab that we saw, we're going to dip the
Why not?
This is naughty. Wow, okay.
So we basically melted down chocolate.
Yeah.
Now, a big thing with melting down chocolate is you just put it in the microwave, but short bursts, and it won't look like it's melting, but just keep on stirring it every 30 seconds.
Okay.
It could quickly burn. So you don't want to put it in your microwave and keep it in there for like
Boil
minutes.
it and burn it up.
No.
Okay.
You want to just continue, and then it will become this glorious thing that we all want to see.
I've seen what we've done over years, that we sometimes will like put, if the glass is able to take the heat.
Yes,
I
a
think they
double
call it
boiler.
like Pyrex or something that's
Mm.
able to take the heat. You put that on a pot and then kind of heat that up.
Yeah, so you have a double boiler of your
Double boiler.
Yes.
You see the jargon, the terms, the lingo.
That is the correct fancy way.
Thank you for educating
But
me.
because we have microwaves, I don't think it's necessary, but
Yes.
just keep an eye on it. You have more control when you have a double boiler.
Got
so
you.
I want to start, I'm going to put it in, and basically we're going to get our hands dirty here, okay? We're going to dip it in. This is such a fun activity to do with your kids for Father's Day.
Sure,
it's a
yeah.
way of making these cookies. You can buy it from me. And then you can make it fun, make it unique, so that you and your kids can decorate it now, put some sprinkles on. So
Got
we've
you.
dipped it in chocolate. We're going to put it
hang
down.
on. Before we just go through the dip, we've got to start with the cookie. Where did we
Okay.
get that from?
You
How
buy
did we get
it
it?
from me.
Yeah, people don't even know what that means. So just a reminder, this is like the owner, Kona of Montfort, doing
Montfort.
incredible things. And I believe that you've done something so incredible that you've even opened up a new factory as well.
I'm moving into my warehouse next week, Friday.
Congratulations!
Yes.
I love seeing women dominate and take up the throne. You doing that in such an exciting way.
Thank you so much. I'm genuinely beyond excited. You can follow my journey online. I'm sharing every single step of the way on social
Give
media.
us the handle.
It's at Mont_Vol.
Okay.
Montvol, but it will be on Expresso's.
MONDVOL, I think.
Yeah.
Save for Afrikaans.
I mean, since we are talking about TikTok trends and things, make me trendy.
Yes, let's make this one trend. I love it.
So you'll see, this is messy, but it's good. It's fun.
This
all
is
right?
perfect for kids, perfect for anybody that wants
And
to
you'll
celebrate.
notice I have some over there that I did yesterday. You can add little drizzles of chocolate. You can add glitter. You can have sprinkles. You can just make it something fun. And then
Okay.
you can tell your dad for Father's Day, I made it.
I love that.
He
Perfect
doesn't have
hack.
to know that it
Perfect
came from
hack,
someone else.
and literally, Montfort
look
has
how
you covered.
quickly it dried out.
I'm noticing that. Can I ask you a question? Have you felt this like a sharp, like very intense sort of stare coming our way? It's been Carissa the entire segment. She's been staring at this chocolate, staring at the cookies, the control room, everybody's staring. I don't know if you can feel the eyes on us.
I know,
feel like,
we're very popular here
I feel like I'm in the
today.
jungle and there's someone about to hunt me, but I think what they're hunting is the chocolate
Is
and
the
these
chocolate cookies.
Yeah.
And you'll see that I've just dipped it again. We're going to double dip this beautiful
we're double
thing.
dipping,
We're double
baby.
dipping it, and even my fingers are encased in chocolate. Can you see that?
I love
That is
this.
awesome. So then we put that
So,
out
Carissa,
there.
I'm going to not allow it to be held back any longer. Get in here. You've just stepped into this occasion of us double dipping.
Double dipping.
Montfort's
There we go.
incredible red velvet cookies that you can get at Montfort at their new factory. Plug.
Plug, plug.
But look how cool this looks. The chocolate melts. Oh, well,
And
it's
it
melted.
sets really, really fast, which is awesome.
So then do you decorate it when it's like setting, like wet a little
Yes.
bit? Okay.
Yes, don't wait too long. You'll see with that one, I'm not sure if you can just bring me the one with the white.
I will definitely bring it your way.
We melted white chocolate, then we put it in a piping bag, and you just dip. And of course, I added some glitter because why
Is
why
this
not?
serving for one person?
Yes. Let's not kid around. But I would love for you to taste it and tell me
Yes,
if this is a
please.
hit or a miss. So let's take one of these fresh ones. Okay. Let's do the double dip one. Let's not
And check how quickly that double dip is kind of like set
Yeah.
already.
Oh, sorry, I'm like encased in chocolate over here.
Oh, my word.
And have a great time licking your fingers later.
You want to break it?
Oh, do I
No,
get...
we've got to do the whole. Everybody has to remain silent for this moment.
Oh, no.
ASMR.
I don't know.
Montfort's red
Silence
velvet
on set.
chocolate enrolled cookies. Let's go.
No, but you have to like a mic there.
That's so good. What's on the inside of the cookie?
It's cream cheese frosting. So I stuffed it with cream
Sorry
cheese
for my
frosting.
fingerprint.
No,
You're
please
so
go.
naughty, Andrea. Thank you so much.
What
Let's
I
go.
also love about this work, let's have a moment. What are we thinking?
Oh, man.
Is it good?
So the chocolate literally is like crunching. It's set so perfectly, but
The cookie?
it's what's inside.
It's what
That's
inside that
really
counts.
the magic. Are you crazy?
Montfort cookies.
It's good, hey?
That's
Oh,
good.
man.
And guys, if you put the chocolate over it, it actually will make the cookies last longer, which is really cool. It will, because it's almost encasing it, keeping
But
it fresh.
wait, are you saying it's going to last longer because it's not going to go like a bit like off, or is it the fact that it's going to protect other people from eating it?
Well,
You see what I mean?
I don't know.
This will not last longer than an
That's
hour
not going
in
to
my
stop
house.
anybody. It's not going to make it last longer in any house if you make it taste this good. Wow.
Wow.
Listen, I wanted to ask you,
How
man,
fun is that?
is there an opportunity for us to get, because you have the new factory,
Yes.
more options and more cookies and more mindful of everything?
So a big question. I've been an online bakery from day
Yeah.
one,
Right.
and you have to order online. We courier it straight to your door. It's actually better, you know, convenience. But now with our factory, we have a small little front end store. So if you've got you just now list for a cookie.
Wow, we're actually
You
showing
just
it right
try-
now. to
Hey,
see
we're
exactly
checking
what
some of the
we've got
branding
there.
coming through here. It's looking good.
Look at that, Henriette. We're so
I know.
proud of you.
I literally got teary-eyed. I'm not lying. Like, I'm struggling to fathom that this is happening because I'm still in the garage.
Girl.
Like literally in the garage. and
Everybody
now-
starts in a garage in the Gen
Yeah.
Even Mark Zuckerberg. who are
Quick one,
building a cookie
before we rate
empire.
this on a success or a fail, with
Yes.
regards to your journey, I think it's so inspirational. Is there anything you could
you.
possibly share? Because you're someone that's literally, Mzansi, listen to this, coming from a garage to a massive factory,
Yeah.
has done all these incredible things on live TV. When you started, though,
Yeah.
what was that intention like for you, and what was the
Yeah.
reason behind all of this? How did it get you here?
I believe that you have to. Passion is important, but you have to be willing to take risks and then follow through. And if you fail, just do that. Do it again. Don't stop taking those risks. I had to spend a lot of money that I didn't have to just buy the boxes.
Sure.
And today I'm looking back and it is insane. And
It was
I'm
worth it,
It was
right?
worth it. And if you believe in yourself and stay original, try to always be yourself. Don't copy others. Have your own spin on stuff. Then you know you're going to succeed. I believe it.
Sage words. Let's put it here. I'll put my hands up for a celebration. Chocolate high fives. Yes.
Well, success or mess, I think this is your answer.
I'm wondering what Zanele thinks about this, though. She doesn't get to chow it, but she does get to see it. Zanele, what are your thoughts? Is this a success or a hot mess?
Oh, Gordon Ramsay, I see you there with your Siba Mtongana. You guys, absolutely sublime. Okay, I love the work that you did, guys. It was a success. What do you even mean? I've literally been watching and now I'm hungry. I wasn't hungry before, but now I want to come there to Cape Town and eat what you just made. Guys, well done. I'm so proud of you because sometimes being in the kitchen can be tricky. Maybe I'm just a hater because I'm terrible in the kitchen. However, guys, well done. And Zansi, there you are. There you have it. Some delicious treats that you can also go and make for yourself, which we always love putting you onto because honestly and truly, we like to shake things up a little bit. Speaking of shaking things up, winter always comes along and makes things a little bit difficult, even for our pets. So we want to know how we can keep them healthy, and it's all in the name of keeping those ticks and fleas at bay, my friend. That's going to be coming up right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And then, how can we keep warm this winter? Well, we all love a delicious soup from Woolies, and they've reinvented everything that it means to be a soup in a bowl. So do the thing and stick around because we're going to be telling you about how delicious it's actually going to get. All of those things are coming up and a whole lot more right here on Expresso. Do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break and we'll see you after this.
Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand. Complete with premium Caesar stone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by ABSA. Head to your nearest Easy Life kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show opening up on S3. And listen, the days are definitely getting cooler. The blankets are out. I know you can feel it. And while winter might feel like a break from bugs, I don't think it's that time for us to let our guard down just yet, especially when we're talking about our furry lovable animals and friends and ticks, fleas and other parasites which are annoying them. So don't take the season off, and neither should our pet care routines. So today we're going to be joined by veterinarian Dr. Bethany Moses to chat about how to keep our furry friends protected and comfortable during the colder months. Doc, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm perfect. I love the pink scrubs here. Just on brand, on trend. But let's talk about this because I'm such an aficionado when it comes to hopefully educating people on our animals because there's so much to learn. And especially when it comes to the season. Do like ticks and fleas kind of disappear in winter and then only like pull through again in summer? Because I've heard this rumor going around, but I don't know how much truth there is in it.
So, you know, in the past, we always thought during the cold months things disappear, but unfortunately, actually they don't. Ticks and fleas are present all year round, whether it's hot, whether it's cold. You know, with things like climate change, we're definitely seeing a lot more ticks and fleas prevalent. And especially if you're living in areas close to open parks, open fields, there's always something that could be coming about. Even in our homes, animals come back to us and we can harbor things in our carpets, especially like fleas. They like humid areas. So definitely all year round, you always want to be concerned about it.
Stay on the pulse. And when it comes to some of these, like, let's say, winter routines, because I think things need to start changing as some pets get colder. How do we keep them clean, warm and comfortable? What are some of those sort of easy ways to do this?
So in terms of warmth, it's the same as us. You know, things are getting colder. We're adding layers on. If you've got small animals, putting things like jackets and jerseys.
The dog jackets are so cute.
Yes, exactly. You could also make them look fashionable, you know, matching you.
Get like a pink one, you guys can match.
Exactly, you could be matching. So definitely things like jerseys and jackets, a nice way to do it. Otherwise, you know, it's cold outside, wet, rainy. We want to make sure that they're indoors with us, in adequate shelter. Otherwise, if they are outside animals, then just making sure they have an enclosed, adequate place that they can be. Clean, dry bedding, you always want that. If they're obviously dirty, please bath them, but definitely you want to keep them dry. You want to keep them warm all the time.
Yeah. Now, we mentioned like all these sort of stimulations that the dogs get, but when it comes to winter, it sort of prevents us from maybe always being able to take the dogs outside because it's raining or it's muddy, you don't want to ruin the house, so it just doesn't work.
Yes.
How else can we maybe keep our animals and pets stimulated during these colder months and seasons?
So, you know, obviously first prize would be if it's not rainy, take them out, get them out of the environment. Otherwise, you know, in today's day and age, there's so many interactive toys, puzzles, and it's common things that, you know, you can buy, but otherwise we can also DIY them at home. So you can have little muffin trays, you can hide treats in them and then cover it up so that doggies can try and
treasure hunt.
Yes, exactly. And, you know, animals love working. You can do obedience training with them. They like to play games with us, you know, get us involved. You can play hide and seek with them. So that's also fun, and cats also love doing that. Otherwise, you know, on those really cold days, you're feeling lazy, they're feeling lazy. You can bond on the couch, put some dog TV, cat TV on, and you can have a little bonding moment with them.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So the dogs
definitely
and cats actually appreciate those quality QT moments.
Yes, yes, they love those. You can bond with them as well, yeah.
So we mentioned earlier talking about fleas, ticks, all those sort of things. And I'd imagine that this kind of involves what this next question is with regards to how often do we hold onto these dog jackets and blankets? How often should we replace it? I know after like one season, a dog's blanket in their dog bed can get a lot of that like muff smell coming through and
it's getting
stuff.
very manky and
Yeah,
everything.
we don't want that. We want to have just bougie pets all around. So how would you encourage us to maybe maintain this sort of aspect of replacing things like this?
So, you know, bathing them and bathing their bedding and things. Bathing a doggy, we'd say every 4 to 6 weeks maybe. Obviously, if they're very dirty, bath them immediately. But we want to maintain a good standard of hygiene with them. You know, we want to make sure that there's no fleas or anything in there. If you're noticing that it's dirty, wash it immediately. Otherwise, same as us. If you're washing your bedding once a week, maybe throw theirs in the wash. things like fleas can be harboring in those little humid environments as
Yeah.
well. So just keep up to date with that. And then that'll also be good for their skin. You know, we don't want them lying in these moldy, gross, manky type of blankets and things like that. So sort of every week, every second week, unless obviously dirty, then bath
It's
immediately.
not fit for you, it's not fit for your pet.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
the new standard.
Yes, exactly. You know, you think about what you want to do for your skin. How would you want them
I love
to behave
that.
as
Listen,
well?
lastly before you go, Doc, obviously with parasite protection needing to clearly take place all season, as you've just mentioned, what are some of those sort of options that we have to keep our furry loveballs protected throughout these seasons?
So there's a wide range of products, whether it's shampoos, topicals, or chewable treats. You want to make sure that you have something that works for you and for your animal. What I can recommend is follow a strict protocol when you give it, mark it in your calendar on your phone. You know, we're all on our cell phones now, and just know exactly the duration of action. So some things are monthly, some are every 3 months. So mark it, put a reminder on for the next one, just so that you keep up to date. And if you are concerned, always just phone your vet or your vet shop and just find out when is the next one due so that you can keep up to date with it.
Oh, well, Dr. Bethany, you've been incredible. I feel like I'm more confident to be able to look after my pets. But I think even in winter, hidden dangers like ticks and fleas don't disappear, clearly, as we realized. So it's an opportunity for you to keep your pet protected with something like NexGuard. Now, this is an easy, chewable preventative, which offers 1 month or a 3-month pack protection. And it's helping you enjoy chilly walks, snuggly hikes, and of course, cozy adventures without the worries. So again, Doc, thank you. You've educated us and give us a reason to give the love back and share it over these colder months. And we've got options to do that. So winter might be here, but I think ticks and fleas didn't get the memo. And you can trust NexGuard to keep your pet safe, happy, and protected all year round.
My word, can you imagine me and my notes, me and my coffee, all of these different things that we've been getting up to? Can I tell you why? We're having a powwow, we're having a meeting because we're trying to get ready for the rest of the show, okay? There's so much that's on the way, and this is why I need you to get ready and grab your passport, because from New York to South Africa, baby, we are getting the lowdown on what exactly we can expect at Beauty University when it comes to Maybelline New York. Yeah, maybe she's born with it? No. Maybe it's Maybelline. Thank you very much. Also on the way, Pilah is in the building, and he is going to be getting into his brand new song, Ikandlela. So beautiful, so soothing, so powerful. Trust me, you want to stick around for it. We're going to be doing all of that and a whole lot more right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after this.
The Defender Awards are incredibly important in helping to shine a spotlight on the amazing work of some incredible individuals.
When you are an organization or a team doing something great to get funding of your project, it is really important.
Charities need initiatives like this to make a difference in the work they're involved in.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. Always so good to be with you right here on the biggest and best breakfast show in the land. It's Expresso, and we're nothing without you, which is why I'm so glad you're here for that, number one. But number two, so we can put you onto the beauty university of your dreams. My friend, we all know that Maybelline New York has been at the forefront of beauty innovation for the longest time. And they're continuing exactly that at Beauty University, where there's going to be makeup masterclasses. There's going to be all kinds of ways in which we can just get better when it comes to our beauty ways. And I am so excited because today we're getting to sit down with someone who actually is going to be there at the Beauty University, friend. But I believe she's probably one of the chancellors there. And she even has her blazer and everything that says MY Beauty University. I'm so excited. Everyone, please, let's give her a feel-good welcome from Maybelline New York. It is none other than Irina David. Irina, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. It's very early, but I'm happy to be here.
Well, you look absolutely stunning. Are you born with it?
Well, this is all Maybelline.
I love it. Irina, this is so dope. I mean, I love your jacket even. I feel like it is so ready for Beauty University. Talk to us just about, what is going to be the most exciting thing about the activation that Maybelline's going to be doing at Beauty University, and also what makes it so unique to you guys.
Yeah, we're ready to go back to varsity.
Yes.
And how this activation was born is it can be so confusing sometimes. How do I do my makeup? Where do I start? Do I use a blender? Do I use a brush? And we thought it was an amazing opportunity to connect with the consumer and ask them to come and learn, come and learn about the products, come and learn about makeup application, something simple for every day or glam for the night, and just an amazing opportunity to connect with the brand right then and there.
I love that. I know there's a lot of people that are excited about it, but I can imagine your 4 ambassadors that are brand new to the Maybelline New York family are super excited as well, because they've just started, getting out there and doing all of their great things. Pilah, DJ Doo-Wop, Pilah, as well as La Sizwe. Talk to us about why these were important faces to bring to the forefront, rather, as Maybelline New York's ambassadors, but also why it was so important for you guys to do it.
I mean, name a better lineup.
Right, right. I love that.
So Maybelline is from New York. It's in our name. It's in our heritage. We are 110 years old this year, and it's amazing. But it's so important to be culturally, relevant, and so important to bring diversity to the brand. So it is our commitment with Maybelline New York to bring diversity to the brand. So we signed off 4 amazing ambassadors, all absolutely killing it in the game. And in the same breath, it's also our responsibility to take South African talent to the rest of the world. So what better opportunity than this?
Right, with a global brand, darling. I love that. And I really feel like you guys chose such amazing people. I'm a huge fan of all of them, and they're doing great stuff, right?
No, they're just such nice people.
Yes.
So amazing to work with.
Oh, I love that. And in terms of you guys and just getting into Beauty University, I feel like it's so easy to be a part of it in terms of the competition, right? Because all you got to do is purchase the new Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation, as well as the Superstay Vinyl Ink. So let's talk about it. There's a lot of buzz, particularly about the Lumi Foundation.
Yeah.
What exactly does someone who doesn't know about it need to know? Why is it, just genuinely on everyone's lips at the moment?
I mean, imagine a foundation that gives you full coverage and yet you look luminous throughout the day. I mean, that is the dream.
Yes.
That is what we want.
100%.
And that is what the Superstay Foundation delivers. Before we launched this product, we tested it on South African consumers because it's very important to know, is this product relevant for our market?
Yeah.
And 9 out of 10 said that we nailed the match.
Darling, yes, love that.
And it feels light as air, but it's 30-hour wear. Honestly, an incredible product, and I can't wait for everybody to try it.
Oh, man. And the nice thing is that they're going to get the opportunity even just to, I think, experiment and get to know more about it at Beauty University, right?
Exactly.
So in terms of you guys now bringing a syllabus to us, Irina, let's get into it. Makeup can be very intimidating. I think you even touched on it a little bit earlier on. How exactly are you guys making people more open to experimenting and even just being more comfortable with makeup?
We are going to teach you everything. So whether you're looking for beginner's makeup or you are looking for full glam, also something that we are going to do, I mean, a bit of a spoiler alert here.
Ooh, yes.
But something that we saw trending on TikTok that can be a bit confusing and we want to break it down is color analysis. You've seen it trending. Are you a cool summer, a deep winter? What lipstick shades are best for me? Am I a cool undertone, a warm undertone? And we thought, you know what? this is the perfect opportunity to break it down and take you step by step. So once you're at Beauty University and you come to our stand, we are going to tell you exactly what your undertone is, what lipstick is best suited for you, and break it down for you and recommend shades for you right then and there.
Beautiful. I love that because I'm someone, like, I've been wearing makeup for a very long time, right? And I mean, I'm in makeup all the time, but even to this day, I'll buy like the wrong foundation by mistake and then I need to mix it up and all this
Happens
stuff.
to all of us.
Right? So that's amazing. Irina, thank you so much for coming through and congratulations on this beautiful brand new Beauty University. I think it's going to be something that'll be around for a very long time.
Thank you so much. We can't wait to see everybody at Beauty University.
Amazing. I know I'm going to be there. The question is, will you, Expresso family? Let me tell you about how you can actually. I've got a couple of details over here in terms of the competition of a lifetime that is waiting for you to enter. So all you got to do is buy any Maybelline New York Super Stay Lumi Matte Foundation and a Super Stay Vinyl Ink Lipstick, and then you WhatsApp your receipt to 081 010 0429, and you could win an exclusive invite, my love, to Beauty University and an experience of a lifetime. So you won't just get there and then, no, it's an entire experience, and we want you to come and have it with us and with Maybelline New York. So go and do the thing, get those beautiful products, send through your receipt, and let's get you winning. The competition closes on the 16th of June 2025. So do it now. Don't wait until then. T's and C's do apply. You can get them on expressoshow.com. However, for now, I'm wishing you all of the best, crossing fingers for you, and I'll see you at Beauty University.
I love Dua. Can I just say right now she's actually going on a month tour out in Europe because she's that good, and for Maybelline to partner with people that are just tastemakers, incredible.
Absolutely incredible, and also just seeing women slay away. We are here for it, but maybe this is your chance to slay away. And how do we slay? By getting moolah in your pocket and allowing you to do anything, because today could be payday. And that's when you play the Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand in jackpots this Thursday. So don't get left behind, and there's some options in order to do so.
Absolutely. So option one, buy your tickets now in store. There's a second one, nationallottery.co.za, the website. There's the mobile app, cell phone banking, or you could simply just dial *120 *7529 hash. And of course, that's for USSD. Now, if I sped through those, don't worry. Expresso's social media pages is where you find everything at Expresso Show. And then Panda Pusha Play Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand. That's the jackpot today, and you could just win big. I'm just saying.
There's winning feelings coming through right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And we're going to keep it coming. We've got entertainment all around. We've got Pilah who's going to be bringing us new music, and we cannot wait for it. Oh, it's looking good. It's going to sound even better, and it's coming to us live from Josie.
Oh, I can't wait for that. And I also can't wait to delve into the warmth of some soups, but reinvented. We're getting into butternut tomato and also the classic chicken soup, but taking it to the next level. So we've got you covered when it comes to your winter feels and also entertainment after this.
Yum.
Want to unlock the secrets of beauty innovation? Here's your chance to win exclusive tickets to Beauty University 2025. Simply purchase any of the featured L'Oreal products and WhatsApp a photo of your receipt to 081 010 0429. And you could be in attendance at the unforgettable Beauty University, happening on Saturday 28 June in Johannesburg. Competition closes Monday 16 June. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi. You're still hanging out on the biggest and best breakfast show in the land. I always tell you, we're only the best because you are part of our family, so thank you for being here. But one of our favorite things to do is, yes, we like to celebrate. Yes, we love having good times. But how we do that all together is by celebrating some of our most talented South Africans. Somebody who is exactly that and so much more is Pilah. He is a beautiful Afro, jazz and soul artist that is doing the absolute most. We got to know him a little bit more when he came through with his hit single, Babekazi. Now he's got a new one. It's called Ikandlela, and it's taking the airwaves by storm. Not only does he bring passion, authenticity, and storytelling to each and every note that he brings to us as South Africa and beyond, but he is also somebody who truly just stays so true to who he is and what he loves most, which I think is just his culture and heritage. So everyone, let's give him a feel-good welcome. It is none other than Pilah. Pilah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, sis?
You're writing course for
Pilah, thank you so much.
I can't believe you are where you are now, because it was at a very tender age that your mother discovered that you had a soothing voice, which you do. It's even more soothing now, I'm sure. Then at 17, you were busking in Durban and made your way all the way to Johannesburg. Talk to us about that journey. You know, how did it all happen that you even found yourself from there to here?
I mean, it was just, you know, following the voice. And it has been that voice that has, you know, guided me until where I am now, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anyone in Johannesburg when I decided to, you know, trust a man that I only met, you know, a day, you know.
Wow.
And he just offered to take me to Johannesburg, you know, to try it out in Johannesburg. And I was like, okay, let's go. You know, just like that. Then the following day, we were in Joburg. You know, and ever since I got to Joburg, it's been, you know, a beautiful moment of, you know, discovering myself, you know, learning, you know, the people on a daily basis, learning about my gift also, you know.
Yeah.
It's been, you know, beautiful. Not easy, but beautiful.
I can imagine. I mean, Pilah, that is such a risk, Sana. Just trusting someone you just met and then saying, okay, let's go to a completely other, another province, even city. That's crazy. But I think it just speaks to just how, you know, your steps are ordered. I think that's the amazing thing. You know what I mean? But let's talk about, you know, how busking made you the artist that you are today. What did you learn from it, and who were even some of your early influences in terms of music?
Whew. Well, you know, busking is a very special thing to my heart, you know. A lot of executives in the industry, you know, till today, they still shout at me, you know, when they see me, you know, performing on the street. You know, it's because they do not understand the relationship I have with the streets, the relationship I have with, you know, the people, you know, the healing and the life I get from the exchange of energies with the people that are on the street receiving what I do.
Sure.
You know, it's something that you can't put a price on. So they do not understand that transaction between me and, you know, and the street. So it's been beautiful, you know, it's been amazing. You know, it has shaped the person that I am today, you know, both personally and, you know, musically. Vocally, it's been my training court.
Yeah, I love that. And I mean, I feel like it's some of the best training ground ever.
I mean,
speaking of the ground, your feet are on the ground.
Yes.
Why are you not wearing shoes? Pilah, talk to us.
I mean, I just like, you know, connecting with the soil, you know.
Okay.
And there's a lot of healing that we get from, you know, just touching, you know, our feet, you know, with the soil, you know, because there's something that me and you, something that we share with this very same soil that this building is built, you know, on, which is melanin. And those elements, from time to time, they need to connect with your flesh. You know, and they you know, they help heal your body in a way that you know, you wouldn't think.
Yeah.
You know, so I just love connecting with, you know, the soil.
Hectic. Sure. Well, Pilah, you see, this is why you are who you are. You have a deeper understanding of so many different things, you know, or even see it in a different way to a lot of people. But let's talk about your new song, Ikandlela. And this, of course, means the candle. It's finally out. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
but
you.
a candle can always be, you know, a symbol of hope, a symbol of light, and so many other things. Talk to us about what it means exactly, particularly for your song.
Well, when mangikhule emakhaya ikhandlela liyasetshenziswa kakhulu especially kithi abantu abakholelwa ey'ntweni zesintu. Sikhule kukuthi uma ngabe siyothandaza endlini yangaphezulu. Ubaba oyinhloko yekhaya uyahamba ukhanyisa ikhandlela emsameni emhlophe. That candle asililayithi ngoba sifuna ukukhuluma nabantu abaphansi, nabantu abangasekho. Ikhandlela, it's just a symbol of, you know, light. Same as impepho. Impepho akuyona into exhumanisa nabantu abangasekho. It's just a sage that cleanses the environment, the atmosphere, for you to connect better with your creator.
Sure.
You know, so ikhandlela just plays as a symbol of light. This is where I am. I'm humbling myself before you, God. See me and
Beautiful.
receive me. So
Beautiful.
that's just a symbol. It's just a symbol, nothing much.
Oh, man. Well, Pilah, what you're doing is so incredible. You're just doing the things that need to be done in the music scene. But also, like I said earlier on, your song is already just taking over. So well done. But I'm so excited because we now get to experience it here on Expresso.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And this is why Feel Good Breakfast Show family, you got to make sure you do not go anywhere. This guy right here, Talente. Sana, I'm sitting next to Talente. And you need to stick around for it because he's going to be performing his beautiful song, Ikandlela, in a little bit. But there's still so much more also on the way. Let's get into it with our Cape Town family. Carissa, my babe, what's going on?
Oh, let me tell you, it is soup season. In fact, it's soup great season, and it has arrived. It is here. And today we're exploring exactly how to take Woolworths' already delicious, healthy, and hearty prepared soups, which we all have in our kitchen, to the next level, baby, by turning them into satisfying meals that the entire family will be obsessed about. And of course, we brought back our family cookbook author and head of commercial content for Woolworths Taste. Fatima Saib is here to share her top tips for elevating these prepared soups into something extra special. Fatima, welcome back.
Thank you.
We're in the
Hello.
kitchen sharing a space with soups, great soups.
Exactly.
In particular.
And perfect timing. It's so cold.
Come on. I swear, if you're in Cape Town and you see a little bit of cloud and a little bit of rain, soup season immediately.
All the
from
time.
scratch.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Woolies has come through with convenience. So what do we have today?
Yeah, today we have the butternut soup, the tomato soup, and the farmhouse chicken soup. All classics. And we're going to elevate them up a little bit. Because why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
And this is the thing. The prepared soups are already good in and of themselves. But sometimes you've had butternut soup 3 times and now you want to have a different version of said butternut soup. So where does one even begin?
So the butternut soup is one of my favorites. Have you had it before?
I've had all of them. And even their
so
new
good.
ones. Somebody introduced me last week to the short rib and samp. Life-changing.
Yum.
But these are the classics, right?
Yeah, these are the classics. So this is really heated up. So we're going to plate it quickly in a bowl.
Over to you.
Use a ladle, but let's just
pour it.
Yeah, man. Let's just go for it.
Oh, look at that thickness
texture.
and creaminess.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
when you know they use real butternuts as well.
Real butternut, and also all of the proteins are all free range. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Obviously,
But it's
Woolworths.
Woolworths.
Like, what do you expect?
Come on, man. I mean, that looks good in and of itself. I'm not going to lie.
Like to dig into this.
Literally. Where's my bread?
We're going to elevate this by adding some crunch, and that's just chickpeas with the onion chili crunch in the air fryer.
Wait.
I know. For like 20 minutes.
That smells incredible.
Right? And all you do, sprinkle over as much or as little as you want, and a roll, and then like
you're done.
That's your meal.
Oh, these are good. They're so
Really
buttery.
good.
Look, it says ideal for soups.
Exactly, perfect. So this is one of my favorite ways to elevate the butternut soup. It's just, it works so well together.
Done.
If you don't want to add chili, you don't have to add chili. Just do plain chickpeas, do whatever spices you
But
want.
now, are these spicy?
Simple.
These chili crunch chickpeas?
They are. Taste them.
A little bit. Oh, but also like packed with flavor.
Exactly. And it just works so well with this anyway.
Delicious. Even some
Yeah.
garlicky flavors there.
So
Divine.
good. Yeah.
Butternut soup done.
Butternut soup done. How quick was that? Like
2 seconds. That's my kind of dinner because who's got the time? All right, what's next?
My favorite
Tomato.
one out of all of them.
This is your favorite?
You don't understand. I will have it for lunch every day if I could.
Oh my goodness.
I love it so much.
And how do you have it? In different ways?
I like to have it plain, but you know, sometimes you do want to elevate it a little bit, especially if it's like date night or cozy night in,
Very
or just
cute.
want to just make it a little bit bougie at
Yeah, a
home.
little snazzy. Why
Yeah.
not?
You have some ricotta over there.
Very interesting combo.
Which we're
Cheese
going to
and
put on
tomato
top.
works though.
It
to be fair.
does, exactly. But I'm also going to ask you to make a very simple basil salt.
Ooh, put me to work, Fatima. Okay.
2 ingredients in this
Basil and
guy.
salt.
That is all.
So this is
You
like
don't have to do all.
coarse salt,
do all, yeah.
basically. Sorry, I didn't hear the
Fine.
instructions.
Basil.
Delicious.
And just give it a
This
pound.
is heavier than I thought.
Yeah. Remove the
What are we
sticky.
looking for here?
You just want to kind of combine it, get some color on the salt. It doesn't have to be super fine. We just want to add some nice texture. While you're doing that, I'm going to spoon over the ricotta. You can also use buffalo mozzarella or the bocconcini balls if you want.
So what was the last one you mentioned?
Those little bocconcini balls, like this little
those
mozzarella.
tiny ones.
They're
Those
so
are
cute. Yeah. Just add it on top of your soup.
Oh, that already looks elevated.
I think that's perfect.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just going to sprinkle it over. Then just
So
grab
how do?
this.
Oh, this is heavy. So how do we use this?
You can just sprinkle over.
A little bit of
I trust
salt.
you, yeah.
Okay. I don't know how salty the salt is. So I'm just gonna.
We'll go with it. Anything
Oh,
more.
it disappeared.
Wait. On the middle.
That's helpful. That's helpful.
We can do more.
Instructions unclear.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then you can have it just like this, or you can make a little toasty with it.
I feel like anytime tomato soup is introduced to the conversation, it has to have a cheese toasty. Otherwise, I won't eat it.
And
You
basil.
got a dip. Basil? You got basil salt and pesto.
Yeah, of course.
There are levels to this game.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is so simple. You can either put this in the air fryer, you can put it in the pan.
Well, let's put ours in a pan. We actually
Maybe you
have
want to
one
put it on.
going, yeah.
Or you can just put it in the oven for a bit under the grill.
Right.
Essentially, all you want to do is have your cheese melt. And it just turns into the most magical moment.
Oh my goodness.
This is cheddar.
yes.
But you can use any cheese that you want. Again, whatever
And there's no
melts
rule.
well.
You can have as
No.
much cheese as you want.
I mean,
You've even got a big chunk
There
there.
should never be rules with how much cheese you can have.
Like, don't gatekeep my cheese,
No.
you know?
Not at all. Let me put this in the pan.
Lovely.
And then once the cheese melts, or once you get your desired toastiness, you're ready. You just dip it, and you have your meal.
And you do
So
need a
yum.
dipper, that's the thing.
You do, definitely.
That's number 2, looking
Yeah.
gorgeous while that cooks away in our melted butter. And then we have, what else is there?
The farmhouse
This
chicken
farmhouse
soup.
chicken. What are we doing with that?
So this doesn't really need much. But you know, sometimes when you're meal prepping or you just want your meal to go a little bit further, we have a little hack where you just boil up some spaghetti, toss it in the soup, and then you have a chicken noodle soup.
Oh my, or a pasta dish with chicken in it.
Yeah,
Which is
either
a
way.
win either way. I feel like Raul would absolutely love that. The fact that you've served it with garlic bread is even better. Oh
You
my
have to.
goodness,
Yeah.
look at this.
Yeah.
3 meals. In fact, it could be breakfast, lunch, and dinner all in one day, looking absolutely fantastic.
exactly.
So you said your favorite's the tomato. Okay, I think I'm going to go butternut.
I'm going to take this home with me.
I think you should.
Just by the way.
We actually brought that so that Fatima could take it home with her. I'll take the butternut, leave this roll, and have a toasty because I can. I make the rules.
Totally. But can I tell you what my favorite thing is
Yes,
about these
tell
soups?
me.
Do you know you can freeze them? So, you know when
so
they're on
good.
promo, even if you're just doing your shopping, buy one for now, buy one for later, leave it in the freezer. And when you come home from work and you just don't feel like cooking,
take it out.
Take it out, heat it up.
And that's it.
Yeah, a lot
You're
of people
speaking
don't
all
know
of our
that.
languages right now. Because especially in winter when you get home and you're cozy, you don't even want to move anywhere. You're like, just bring me my meal in my bed right now. Fatima,
Exactly.
well done. While you take care of our toasties over there, let me tell you, Expresso fam, that soup season has been made so much easier right now. Just grab your soup, grab some extras, and call dinner absolutely done. Now, shop fresh, prepared, and canned soup at Woolworths. You could do so in store, online, and on the app. And remember, get one for now, one for later, and one for future you. Oh, that's good.
Yum. We actually have some really. if you like.
Yo, can we talk about how good these soups are looking? And I absolutely cannot wait to get my mouth into that. It's perfect for the season, perfect for winter. And I think the word that we're going to encapsulate this is absolutely hearty. Now, we're going to keep the hearty going right here at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And there's so much to look forward to. We've got entertainment news coming your way. And Zanele and Carissa are going to be adding a little bit of spice to this conversation. And speaking of spice, we still got a spicy round of entertainment coming your way. Pilah is going to be performing live from Joburg, and you are going to be in for an absolute treat. So, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.
Say goodbye to discomfort and constant loo visits with UriClear, natural support for urinary tract wellness. Get fast relief with the 5-pack or choose the 28-day maintenance pack for ongoing care. Win one of 10 1,000 Rand Take-A-Lot vouchers. Simply WhatsApp UriClear to 079 1133 733. Follow the prompts and opt in. Competition ends 13 June 2025. T's and C's apply. Good luck.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, we coming in hot. It's your feel-good breakfast show. Listen, it's all about entertainment news, and that's why we are out here to skinner and gesels. And you know Carissa's got the latest, so I cannot wait to dive into all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. We're spilling the tea right now, let me tell you that much, okay? Let's start with some local news.
Yes, please.
My girl, Shekinah.
Oh, yeah?
I love you and everything that you've done, not only for your city that you rep out in KZN, but also for the country. She is doing so incredibly well right now. She actually has been in Mumbai.
Oh, yeah?
Living up her best life, touring India and just showing us little snippets of it along the way. And she really has been having a great time just touching base with the fans that side and exploring the city around her. She basically said that she made a couple of friends, connections were definitely built, and it's so great to be able to see our young talent in SA waving our flag so high in Mumbai, India.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Who would have thought?
Often it's just our cricket players that are making their way out there, but to see someone from the entertainment world and to see them being so well received as well. Again, I know we echo the sentiment, but South Africans are doing the most when it comes to the global scene.
Yes.
And this is just another one. I absolutely love it.
Oh my goodness, it's actually such a great time to be South African. And also, hopefully she crossed paths with Ed Sheeran because he's also out in India right now, living his best life. Imagine a collab, Shekinah and Ed Sheeran.
I can hear it actually. It would be amazing. I'm here
So
for it.
good.
Come on, let's make it happen.
Let's also talk about our other global superstar. You know I'm going to say 4 letters.
Oh, the one and only.
L.A.
Water.
Miss Tyler. Miss Water herself, she's officially released the much anticipated music video for her latest single. It's called Bliss. And we are loving it so much so that it's racking up millions over millions of views over on YouTube. It was released maybe like 2 days ago.
I haven't even seen it yet.
I will say though,
Whoa.
it's directed by Julian Christian Lutz, right? And very interesting. Everybody was looking at it going, okay, Tyler, should we be crying or should we be twerking? Because she's giving us body, she's giving us I'm owning my sexuality, but she's also crying in the video. Every close-up shot of her, you could literally see tears running down her face.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and people are going, we can't even take our girl seriously. Honestly, we all know that when they said cut, she started laughing.
You reckon South Africa sees the real Tyler always.
What
But
the heck?
It's crazy to see like the productions that she's been working on. I mean, that looks like some sort of a state-of-the-art IMAX kind of a piece there.
Josie.
Wow, milady, I'm absolutely proud of everything you're doing in your adventure and proud that you're repping SA all the way.
Definitely. And you know, her career at the moment, I feel, is definitely the blueprint of it anyway is Rihanna. The way she went Ponder Replay and then Good Girl Gone Bad and then she moved into Auntie. So I'm kind of hoping, I know she's making her own space in the US right now, but I think I can see that trajectory going very far.
Absolutely on it. I can see exactly where she's
You see-
aiming
you
for.
see
It's
it?
the stars and beyond.
All right, Narc Music. We love you, sir. The last time we saw you, you were boxing and maybe getting beat up just a little bit in the boxing ring. But this time around, he said there's an incredible match taking place on the 26th of July, 2025, out at Emperor's Palace, Kempton Park, out in Jozi. And he said this one in particular is in celebration of Letlonolo Ledwaba. It's a memorial event and it's going to be absolutely incredible. A celebrity boxing match. Narc Music is going to be doing something great, facing Pumlani Njilo, who challenged him to the fight.
Whoa, this is quite an interesting matchup. I mean,
It's going to be interesting.
weight discrepancies as well and a lot of other things, but I'm sure that Narc Music is definitely taking that experience from his
from what
last
he-
fight into this one and
Which he said he was
retribution.
unprepared before. I said, sir, you can't go into a boxing ring unprepared. You're
fighting for your life, my guy. Like, at least put some training in. Come on, I want to see your potential come to life.
But I love to see the two of them together. It's definitely going to be such an incredible performance. That date again, let me give it to you. 26th July. I'm sure social media is going to be a buzz. And if you know anything about Narc Music, he puts 100% in everything.
Yeah.
From his music to, of course, his workouts and his fitness. So very much looking forward to seeing who's
it's
going to
going to
win.
be a cool journey. I hope we get to follow it and see his progression as he gets to that big day. But a proper challenge is ahead. My
Proper.
mans, get your training on. And I'm wishing you nothing but good luck for it. Yo.
Right now, let's head over to the Jozi streets to check out some more entertainment.
Thank you so much, my Cape Town family. And Mzansi, we have been promising you the whole morning that you are about to be blown away by Pilah. So please give it up for him with his brand new song. It's called Ikandlela.
Clenching semsamo ngiyakhuleka khuleka kuNkulunkulu oqala clenching semsamo ngiyakhuleka khuleka kuNkulunkulu oqala yeah uNkulunkulu semandlo oh uNkulunkulu oqala yeah uNkulunkulu semandlo oh uNkulunkulu oqala clenching semsamo ngiyakhuleka khuleka kuNkulunkulu oqala clenching semsamo ngiyakhuleka ngikhuleka kuNkulunkulu oqala yeah uNkulunkulu semandlo oh uNkulunkulu oqala yeah uNkulunkulu semandlo oh uNkulunkulu oqala elumsize nami ngihambe ngokuqonda emhlabeni ngicela umsize nami ngihlola inhliziyo yami emhlabeni yeah uNkulunkulu semandlo
khandlela elimhlophe biza wonke amakhosi abohlanga engaleli khandlela elimhlophe hlanganisa zonke izizwe zabamnyama engaleli khandlela elimhlophe khulekela ukuthula nothando uNkulunkulu wasemandulo uNkulunkulu wokuqala uNkulunkulu wasemandulo uNkulunkulu wokuqala uNkulunkulu wasemandulo engaleli khandlela engaleli khandlela engaleli khandlela engaleli khandlela
Oh my goodness! Zanzi, do you see why we call ourselves the Feel Good Breakfast Show? We only bring you people that are going to make us feel good. Did you hear that voice? Did you see the talent? My goodness. His name is Pilah, if you didn't already know him. And trust me, we are making sure that he's not going anywhere. He's going to be performing again. Yes, that is coming up right here on Expresso. Then also coming up, we're going to be getting into a little bit of international news, particularly in entertainment and what's been going down. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. It's all happening in a bit right here on Expresso. Stick around.
Cheers to Dad with every sip. Celebrate Father's Day with the Stanley Aero Light Ice Flow in bold azure. A lightweight, leak-proof and fast-flowing essential. We're giving away 10. To enter, follow Stanley SA on Instagram, like the competition post, comment and tag a father figure or friend. Multiple comments don't equal multiple entries. Competition closes 13th of June 2025. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Hey, Mzansi, you beautiful souls. Welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. A few minutes to dive into all the good stuff, and especially when we take in entertainment, a world full of it, and we're going international. We've spoken about all our locals earlier, but now let's move abroad, and there's a lot to discuss right now, and brace yourselves.
Yeah.
And breathe.
Got to take a deep breath. Jessie J, in case you haven't heard, has recently come out and said some really, I would say sad news, but she sounds very hopeful. So let's have a listen to what our superstar had to say.
I was diagnosed with early breast cancer. I'm highlighting the word early. Cancer sucks in any form, but I'm holding on to the word early. I have been in and out of tests throughout this whole period. I just wanted to be open and share it. One, because selfishly, I do not talk about it enough. I'm not processing it because I'm working so hard. I also know how much sharing in the past has helped me with other people, giving me their love and support and also their own stories. I'm an open book. It breaks my heart that so many people are going through so much.
Oh, I love this video message. I love the realness in it. I love that she's sharing something that is so difficult, but I think it's something that so many of us have to deal with. So this is so beautiful that she's making this sort of public journey in a sense. Really commend her, and this is something to not take lightly.
Absolutely not. And Jessie J has been pretty open with us for a long time about her journey and everything. She recently became a mom too, and she's been sharing snippets of herself with her kid, and also she recently released some new music. So she said this whole journey has been public. I might as well come forth and tell you guys about this too. She released a single in April called No Secrets, and it's kind of fitting.
Yeah, very fitting, wow.
Yeah, and she just found out about this news just before the single was released in April. But like she says, the operative word being early detection and early stage of cancer. So hopefully they'll get to cut it out before she continues on her wonderful journey.
I think this is an important time to make mention of the obvious. Go get yourself checked up, people, whether you're male or female, prostate or breast cancer. Early detection is one of the best things you can do for yourself. So please make an effort to go out there and get checked up for yourself.
Absolutely. And even if you're at home, do a little test yourself, armpits, breasts, anything is abnormal, make sure you check that out. All right, let's move into the real Slim Shady. Can he please stand up?
Hey, man, he's been doing some things,
on.
getting noted again, getting put up.
Yes, he also recently became a grandfather, which is really incredible. But our GOAT, greatest of all time, has spoken a little bit more about something that's not so great that's been happening. Basically, him and his company 8 Mile Style have filed a lawsuit against Meta. If you know anything about Meta, is the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, you know, the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world. And they allegedly distributed his music without proper licensing. So the lawsuit claims that Meta allowed users, the rest of us, to basically use remixes of his music, especially like Lose Yourself, one of my favorite songs, without securing the valid rights in order to do so.
Whoa, this could be quite a hefty fine as well. But it also speaks to like this world we live in where everything is everywhere and we don't actually know who has the right to many things these days. So this is an important conversation that I think is going to start happening more and more often, especially as we move into this world of AI. What is ours? What do we own? What do we even have the rights to?
Exactly.
These are the questions that we're going to start discussing a lot more.
Especially when it comes to artists and their rights, it needs to be protected. And Mark Zuckerberg, count your days, all right, count your days. Of course, we know Eminem is going to come after you. We'll see how that ends up. Let's get into Kim K. We're keeping up with the Kardashians. And the last time we spoke about the Kardashians, we mentioned that Kris Jenner got a new face. She got a mom or grandmom glow up. She literally looks like Kim's sister. It's insane.
She took Kim's face.
She literally took Kim's face, or Kendall's face. People are saying she looks very similar to Kendall now. And people are actually saying that, you know what, we into it, we love it, we here for it. In fact, one of their hairstylists have a t-shirt with Chris's face on it, basically saying that, yeah, I'll have what Kris is having. I love that. I'll also have what Kris is having.
Look at the stylist as well. Look how the stylist looks like it's a fake person. There's nothing.
It's a mannequin.
There's no blemish. Can you look that good? Okay, it explains the new face.
It explains
everything.
But also, can I get those details of her doctor? It's Dr. Stephen Levine out in New York City. Everybody's been saying, give me the number.
I don't think Stephen Levine has any availabilities anymore after this. He's got a long line of women standing outside wanting to get their youth back. And,
I only need him in like 40 years. So you know, I can book an appointment now for then.
In the waiting list.
The waiting list. I just want to be forever young. But Kris Jenner, you do actually look absolutely stunning. And that's where we leave your international news.
Yeah, reminding you that money can almost buy you anything, even youth. But don't worry, if you don't have money, you can still stick around on your Feel Good Breakfast Show and gain all the good stuff that you need. We're talking about entertainment coming your way, opportunities to win money, and a whole lot more. So Mzansi, this is where at your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're going to keep the energy flowing your way. Come get some. Take it all. It's all yours.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. Now listen, every day could be Kepe Day when you play Daily Lotto, and that is for an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot. But it all goes down this Thursday, so don't get left behind. Buy your tickets now. You can do so in store on the website nationallottery.co.za. There's the mobile app, cell phone banking, or head to your keypad and dial *120 *7529#, and that's for USSD.
You've got lots of options, and we want you to win so badly that we put all these details on our Expresso social media pages, so you can literally go check it out right now. It'll allow you to pound or push or play the Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand in jackpots today, which means you could literally be winning big, but only if you play now. So get involved and good luck.
And if you do it, that reward is a performance. No, I'm joking. I'll give you a performance anyway to encourage you to step outside and win some money, because I'm feeling like money.
Feeling good, yeah. Bring on the money, bring on the good vibes, bring on Pilah all the way in JHP.
Oh, yes, here's to winning, honey. And also, here's to wrapping up the show on a high. It is Pilah that is playing us out or singing us out today as we head off into the weekend. Mzansi, it is ngeke ngiyeke ukuzama. Never will I stop trying. Here's the king, Pilah. Let's enjoy the rest of our Thursday. Let's give him a feel-good ending.
Akil Muzi. Yeah.
Another feel-good production.
Bambele